Welcome to another edition of Mass Mats and Mayhem. I am your host, Justin Harvey. You can find me on Twitter at JustinHarvey75. You can find the entire show on Twitter at MMMshow75. You can also find us on Facebook. You can find us on SoundCloud. You can find us on iTunes. If you can't find us, you really just don't give a shit about us. It's been a couple of huge weeks. We apologize greatly for not being here last week. We were all just all over the place, and it has been a crazy, crazy couple of weeks. We haven't even talked to Byron Fever about our friend of the show, Kevin Cross, unifying the FSW title. I mean, God, we have not been around in ages here.
Yeah, everyone's talking about all this Matt Hardy stuff that he's doing with TNA, but they're not talking about how Kevin Cross beat the hell out of him in a cage in Las Vegas a couple weeks ago.
Well, we're talking about it. Byron was there. It looked like a pretty awesome time. I also loved your photo op with Katrina. I will not lie. I was very jealous. That sucked for me and everyone else who wasn't you.
It was a good moment in my life. I'll put it like that.
So anyway, that is at Byron Fever over there.
Yeah,
that's right. The Ginger Ninja.
Find me on Twitter and Instagram. What was the other thing?
Venmo.
Right. Find me on Venmo.
eBay. Find him on eBay selling his personal belongings.
Yes. I don't have a job. Find me on eBay. Help me pay my rent.
Well, no. Can we talk about why you don't have a job right now? Because I think it's a kind of awesome story.
Yeah, I don't have a job because the star of my show is on Dancing with the Stars instead of his own show.
Yeah, so Vanilla Ice, Byron does a home building show with Vanilla Ice called VIP Project, and Vanilla Ice just kind of upped and went to Dancing with the Stars, which is a network show and way huger than anything Byron's ever done. So obviously he had to go, and so Byron just is just out of work now.
Yeah, I'm put on. I think what I would call it is an unpaid, indefinite hold.
Right. So basically, they still want you to do the job, but they're not paying you to do the job, and there is currently no actual job to do.
Yes.
Great. Sounds awesome.
And also, after the show, found out and did some research, they do a tour, like live dancing in arenas and stuff. Last
like American
year,
Idol or something?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Last year, it went until February.
Well, Paige Van Zant's back in the cage already. What? You don't get that? I mean, she turned around and came back to MMA after she was second place on Dance with the Stars last season, and she's already been back in the cage. So.
But it's like fall. What is it? August?
Yeah.
September?
Yeah.
It's like fall of the next year. We're supposed to have started the show a month ago. Yeah. And I think Rob's going to be booked between Dancing with the Stars and his own concerts till February.
Well, we've got another guy. What is that? Who's co-hosting with us this week? What the fuck is that over there?
This is the chairman, the official chairman of the Triple M Show, because I won the Triple M Show booking challenge.
That is sadly, in fact, correct. And by a pretty handy margin, I'm going to add, which is a bit embarrassing to all of the rest of us. I
decided to bring the formal wear since this is my victory show and it is an award show. I even have my own personal assistant, Rudiger. Rudiger, say hi to the people.
Casey, where's your hand?
Oh, wow. Are you Jim Hensoning that thing?
I promise I wasn't. This is a robot. He wasn't supposed to beg for freedom. I'm sorry.
This all frightens me.
Casey, do the dance. The parka dance.
I'm doing it.
Oh, okay.
He's doing the parka dance. I don't think he can stand up in there.
No, I can't. This is the laptop. It's on my lap.
Oh.
All right. So, well, here's the official results here. don't know if you can see that or not.
Yeah, looks good.
60% for Casey. Byron at 33%, and I got a lot of votes.
I wanted to call my show Pride of Dignity, but I forgot.
It's funny. I got a lot of positive comments, but I got none of those people's votes. The simple fact of the matter is the Great Muda, I think, stole the show.
Yeah.
With just a brilliant addition and just really kicked all of our asses. Mine was very complicated and probably should have been 2 episodes, like everything I do.
Well, you got Muda and you got Pentagon. It's kind of just based on the demographic we're going for.
Yeah,
people are going to vote for those 2.
People seem to like Pentagon, even though he can't seem to win a match.
Hey, let's not talk about other people's booking mistakes. Talk about how awesome mine was.
How many matches did he win on your show?
He didn't wrestle yet. He was going to kill Vampiro in the hospital. He was going to finish the job.
I mean, and that's the brilliant part about it. I mean, Casey, and that was very smart. I think Casey booked a TV show similar to Lucha Underground, where it wasn't necessarily 100% about the in-ring. The characters that you love were doing things that you loved, and that's part of what made Casey's show really good. Anyway, so props to Casey. He gets bragging rights for the entire year of having drafted and booked the best Lucha Underground fantasy overall. At the end of the day, it's all about making a good show, and the people believe that Casey is the one out of the 3 of us most capable of making a good show, even though Byron and I are the ones that make TV on a regular basis. But congrats to Casey. I'll give it up to the man.
Thank you.
And look, we're dressed very nicely today because today is the first MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards. You, the LuchaKliq, the people, the believers out there, you have voted, you have spoken. We will get to those results. They are interesting. There was actually a few that I was kind of surprised by. I'm not gonna lie. There was a few where I was like, "Wow, really? That's
me too."
And I thought there was a few luchadors that I thought would get a lot more love than they got. And there's a few that were obviously like, okay, we think that too, so yeah, no surprise. And the people who voted, by the way, like, I think these votes are pretty legit. There weren't a ton of people who voted. We're talking, dozens of people here, not thousands or anything. But the people who voted were like, The Last Real Heels, J-Man and Urban, us, of course. I know Razor Cabrone threw a couple votes in there. I know Lucha Blog threw a few votes in there. Alberto, W Lucha, all the people who I trust, whose opinions I really believe in, that I know watch the product. Unlike the other votes where Byron was just getting his friends to vote for him, these were like the hardcore LuchaKliq fans that were really voting on these awards, from what I could tell, from the people who were commenting, because we can't actually see who is casting votes. So, nonetheless, surprisingly, I really trust a lot of these results for, especially for the listeners of this show. It seems like the people who love this show, Josh Kidd too, I think will really appreciate these results. Now, before I get there, what the fuck is going on with ADR? We were talking about this a little bit before the show. Is he going to AAA? Is he gonna go CMLL? What the hell's he doing?
It's all about pride and honor.
I don't know. Do you guys think he's really going to try to get Paige released from her contract, or do you think she's going to try to get out? I mean, does she really even want anything to do with this guy anymore?
Honestly, if she's that stupid, she fucking deserves whatever she gets.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even going to mince words. It's a toxic fucking relationship. Just stop.
Yeah, she should stay, especially when she's young and getting into these career-threatening injuries at this young age. She should stay with a company that has the best medical and also gives her wrestling jobs where she doesn't have to bump. Like, if she was just to do a match on Raw or SmackDown, maybe it's like a 2-minute match, distraction, roll-up. And, you're not going to really hurt yourself doing that. Or she can stay on Total Divas, get another paycheck, not have to bump on that, and it would be great. And I think she wants to. She may have been hypnotized by El Patron, promised dreams of grandeur.
Ha!
Oh, you promised me that you'd marry me, Poppy. You promised me.
She sounds like Peppa Pig now. Paige is Peppa Pig. Awesome.
It'd be great if Paige and ADR did a indie show and Papa Pump was on that.
Ha!
Oi, Big Papa Pump, how are you today? Can I be one of your freaks? It's been my dream since I was a wee lass.
Now she sounds like she's a chimney sweep in Mary Poppins. What the?
Do another one. Do one where she met Marty Jannetty on a show.
Oi, your cocaine is the colour of my skin.
This is terrible. This is totally degenerated. I don't know. For the people who think that ADR is coming back to Lucha Underground, listen to the Last Real Heels interview with Krista Joseph from last week, which is, by the way, a great interview.
Shout out. Listen to that show.
Yeah, DJ came with tons of personality. Urban didn't get completely messed up until the second half of the show. J-Man had great questions, and a lot of questions from the LuchaKliq, too. So, if you haven't listened to that, please, by all means, just turn this off right now. No, wait, don't do that.
No.
Go when we're done with this. Go and listen to that.
In about 5 hours, turn their show on.
Urban's name by the time you finish listening to it, since he spells his name 800 fucking times.
Yeah. Really.
Yeah, but does he get all the letters in? I can't keep track.
I don't even think he did. Not by the end of the show, he wasn't getting all the letters in.
He was like
DJ was finishing it for him by the end of the show.
Yeah, but I will say that DJ's been making the rounds in other podcasts, and you definitely want to listen to the Heels for the best discussion about the current stuff. You can listen to DJ talk to people about stuff we talked about 2 weeks ago.
Well, yeah, I get that. But I'll say this, too. I think that of all of DJ's interviews that I've listened to, I think that's his best one, too. I felt like he was more natural. Reviewing his performance, I thought that was honestly, of all the interviews I've heard him do on other shows as well, I thought that was his best one. He came off very natural. He was very forthcoming about the product, but still not giving away spoilers. He gave a couple of little tidbits of things to look forward to. I just thought in general it was a great interview, probably one of the best ones I've heard all year in general. So that being said, ADR, he did mention a little bit, and he kind of laughed it off. I don't see any reason for ADR to come to Lucha Underground right now. I see ADR going someplace else and biding his time before he makes a big deal, honestly, because there'd be no point in him showing up at Lucha Underground right now because he's going to be off TV for a year. There's 39 more episodes to come that we all know do not have ADR in them unless they were going to cut him in somehow in the backstage.
ADR is limo guy confirmed.
Confirmed. I have some breaking news from his current press conference.
I thought limo guy was Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget. I thought we already determined that.
Star Gadget.
It's everyone's getting that reference. Everyone's making that joke when it aired because I think that's what they were thinking when they did it.
They shot it over the shoulder to the hand, just like. Yeah. I thought it was genius. I tweeted out that
Dr. Claw, I have to have everyone do something. If you haven't already done this, I want all of you to Google Dr. Claw action figure, and you could see what Dr. Claw looks like. It's very disappointing. They so you couldn't see his face unless you bought the figure, but he's just like some old dude.
Well, maybe that's the subliminal message that DJ is planting there. Like, look, we turned this into Dr. Claw because you're going to be completely disappointed by who it actually is.
What if it's Matthew Broderick in the ultimate deception turnaround?
Oh, boo!
And he says, "Dario, sometimes."
I'm gonna be honest. There's no one that Limo Guy could be at this point in time. I think that would actually make me happy.
What if it was DJ?
And
then he puts himself over the whole show.
That could work. If he did that, I think I would actually pop for that. If Limo Guy was DJ and he wrote himself into the show, just because I don't feel like he's the kind of guy who would ever really want to write himself into the show. So if he did it, that would be probably the biggest, ballsiest move that they could do at this point.
It's going to be Vince Russo.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, it's not. Don't take that as me trying to theorize. It was a joke. Leave me alone.
Speaking of Vince Russo, I'm reading on Fredo's Twitter that Alberto at his press conference right now saying he's planning on retiring in 2 years from wrestling, and he's in talks to be a president of an MMA promotion. So it sounds like he's still full of shit.
Oh, I don't know. Combate Americas, which is a primarily Latino, up-and-coming MMA promotion, could use the guy like him. I could see him going there if that's the place he's talking about.
Don't they have Conan?
Yeah, he does commentary.
Yeah. I could see him being a part of that, and that would be probably a decent addition. I mean, he could tell those guys exactly what it feels like to get knocked the fuck out.
Oh, Crow Cop, we need you. Come back.
Oh, please. Let's talk quickly. We don't even have to get into it. I know there's 10 million podcasts out there these days that do reviews of Lucha Underground. But what did you guys think of the Season 3 premiere? 2 title matches right off the bat, which was amazing. I had not expected that. And I also think that one of those title matches was not filmed the first weekend of the tapings, so I don't know that even people who had been to the tapings were expecting it. And this is something that DJ talks about in that interview with the Heels, is like, look, even if you were there, you probably don't know what's going to happen on the show. Shit was so out of order filmed during Season 3. It was crazy. I mean, I literally, and I won't say what it was all about, but there was definitely a taping I went to where there were belts involved that were on various different people that couldn't possibly have occupied those titles at the same time in the same taping. That's how crazy last season was. So if you think you know what's coming, even if you were there like us, you don't know. You have no clue.
Thank you for not spoiling my championship reign, Justin.
I wouldn't.
I just gotta get a little more comfortable here. Since we're talking about the Lucha Underground episode, it's a lot less hot than that La Parka mask.
Yeah, you can take off your formal wear. The awards will come in a little bit.
Yeah, this is it was a little sweaty. I do want to say that Dario stole the fucking show this week. His stuff was tremendous. And I really don't want us to forget to tell everyone to not miss that Weapons of Mass Destruction match, because it was one of the best things I've ever fucking seen. And I'm not saying that I'm not getting paid like the Heels to say that kind of thing. It's from the bottom of my heart. It was one of the best matches I've ever seen. It was fucking exciting. It was just, even just the atmosphere and the wrestling, it was fucking nuts. You guys got to see what they did. Incredible.
Everyone was excited. When the crew was walking around setting it up, we'd be like, what's going on? And they were stoked. They're like, this is going to be awesome. And then it happened. We're like, you know?
Well, look, Marty and Killshot laid down the gauntlet at the end of last season, and I think, going into Season 3, these are 2 guys that really want to break out and be the superstars that obviously everyone saw that they had the potential to be. I mean, Marty inhabited the character more and more every day. Killshot's in-ring work, a lot of people were not that impressed with Swerve at first, and then inhabiting that character. I know there was rumors of AR Fox was supposed to be that character, but DJ also said that he was originally slated to be something else, or part of the crew, was what DJ said. But, he took on the role, and I mean, he's taking it to a new level. And I think as these guys get into these characters, it's a little different than coming in as your regular gimmick. I mean, these guys are kind of getting gimmicks and things that are writing for them, and they're letting it breathe organically. But these guys are taking it to another level, and I think that Killshot especially is a guy that is, some of these guys are bringing these skills from other places. I think that Killshot is developing as an in-ring performer in Lucha Underground. You'll see him in other places from stuff before, and he's not like Killshot is in Lucha Underground. Like, the Killshot stuff is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
He puts on that mask, I think, and he goes to another fucking place. Like, this dude is turning it on.
He had a hand in writing his own backstory, too. I think might have been his Heels interview, some interview he talked about how he wrote like 3 backstories and talked to DJ about them, and then DJ kind of put them all together into something that he was working on. And I think when you do stuff like that, it really comes through because he's so much more invested and rooted in what his character's doing, and it's more of him in the ring.
Yeah. Well, this week's episode was phenomenal. Yes, Dario stole the show in my opinion too. Just the chin-ups alone. What you guys think of HTM Honky Tonk Man coming out of retirement to do a gimmick on Lucha Underground as a security guard?
I know what it was, and he was a corrections officer just like the Big Boss Man. So they obviously wanted the Big Boss Man, but he's dead. So they picked the Honky Tonk Man because his last name is also Man, and so they're clearly brothers. That is your case fib for the week.
They're both brothers because their last name is Man.
Yes.
I think your mask is on too tight.
This isn't a mask. This is my face.
I think your face is on too tight.
I love the delayed reaction on Twitter, too, where people were like, was that Honky Tonk Man? Like, people...
like, it starts off with the close-up on the sideburns, and you're like, what?
Look, there's a little more face behind the sideburns these days than maybe in the past. But it was still obviously Honky Tonk Man. Like, it didn't take me but 2 seconds to pop and realize it was Honky Tonk Man. And then I thought for sure there was a guitar shot coming. I was like, oh shit, Dario's about to get mashed with a guitar right here at the beginning of the show. That's not cool.
It's a big coup to get the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time.
It is, and it's also, it would have been great, though, if he said one guitar.
There was a fence thing between them.
Still, it doesn't matter when you're the greatest Intercontinental champion of all time. We know it was Randy Savage. It's okay.
Randy Savage was good, but he was better than Warrior. He lost in a fluke.
Did you guys think it was a cop-out? And I saw this from a few people who are more WWE fans, by the way, than Lucha Underground fans, that they thought it was a cop-out that Dario gets arrested at the end of the season last year and that he's just instantly sprung at the beginning of this season. I mean, we all kind of thought that was going to be the case, that, even judging by the Season 3 trailer, that Dario was not going to stay incarcerated long. But do you feel like it takes the steam off the stakes of the cop story that they got Dario and then he's just sprung like that?
I don't think so, because I think, one, it has storyline implications with Marty, and it broadens Marty's influence and makes him more serious, which is really cool because he just started off as some idiot fan at first, and now like he's so much more. He's involved with Dario, which is the main storyline of the whole show, but also jail and the police and getting arrested isn't the big stakes for Dario. It's Limo Guy, and basically, even though he's out of jail, Limo Guy has put the pressure on him more than ever. So
now, do you think that Limo Guy paid the bail, or do you think that Marty's family just offered him protection, right?
Yeah, I guess all of his family's in jail.
He said they sent a gift, and it could have just been packs of cigarettes to trade for sex. I don't know.
Whatever.
Dario gives people some cigarettes because Dario is a pretty man.
Very pretty man and very skinny. Not the type that normally fares well, but he was all in there like La Onda and blood in, blood out, blood through, and just doing his thing in the pen.
I mean, there are 6 weeks that we didn't see that he could have been pocketed by somebody, but we don't know.
Look, man, all I think is Rodriguez should be making that movie. Like, during the hiatus, there should have been a Dario in jail movie or miniseries or something. Like, they should have taken it into that whole world. A good, El Rey could use a good, prison movie, gang prison movie. That'd be awesome.
It would be awesome if they just did Ernest Goes to Jail shot-for-shot remake, but with Dario instead. I'd be down for that.
That'd be different. That would definitely be different.
It would be something.
Since El Rey's playing the new Psycho as part of their Psychopaths marathon this weekend.
Yeah, how did their voiceover guy do that with do that without laughing?
I thought it was awesome. All right, so you got those first few segments, and then we get into this title match right off the bat. Now, given it's more of a gimmicky thing with the Wheel of Doom, but Son of Havoc had this big, opportunity to get a chance to faced Matanza for the title that did not work out so well for him last year with the Doctor. Bien. So, but here we are, like, we're kind of hot-shotted right into it due to Dario's Dial of Doom into a title match for SOH. What do you guys think of that? Like, did he deserve it, even though it was randomly selected from the wheel?
Well, the fans liked it. They have to sometimes. You know. No, I like Son of Havoc. I just always like everyone he's facing more than him for some reason. It's just the way that he's been booked.
I think
I agree with that, though. Honestly, it seems like every time. Now, this time I felt like I was actually rooting for him a little more than normal. Like, I was kind of...
It was a hot match.
Yeah, I was kind of going the babyface route on this one, and I thought that his spots with Matanza worked out better because Matanza, even though we know he's very athletic and he can run the ropes if he wants to inhabit the character correctly, he has to be kind of lumbering and slow at times. And I thought that those in-between paces between Matanza and Son of Havoc actually worked a lot better than when Son of Havoc is in there against some of the faster luchadors.
Yeah, he's so athletic that some people might call him Mr. Athletic. But the finish was cool, catching him into the Wrath of the Gods. That was awesome.
It was a great move.
I think the way that Dario is presenting this Dario's Dial of Doom is that he just kind of figures a match against his brother is actually punishment, even though the title will be on the line. And so he's just burning Son of Havoc again.
I know, which was great. And, you know, fresh Matanza is just nothing you want to deal with. Like, this is not Matanza after a war or whatever. This is Matanza after a couple months off, probably super hungry because who knows who was feeding him while Dario was in the pin. So,
how'd he get out of jail? Matanza got out of jail?
Matanza was just in his cage, dude.
He was in his cage the whole time.
He gets arrested. He's in jail in the trailer.
Yeah, he is in an actual cell in the trailer, but we have not seen that happen yet. I mean, there was speculation that to get out, Dario was going to give up Matanza, but that obviously didn't happen yet.
Dude, that cell is just his regular cage, man. Those are the same bars. It's just the other angle that we never saw because they never showed that angle or you'd see what Matanza looks like.
You know, my guess would be that somewhere in the middle of the season, probably like Pentagon was out with his injury or whatever last year, that they'll give Matanza a break off of TV to cool him off a little bit to give somebody else the rub. That'd be my guess that, you know, we'll see him behind bars somewhere in the middle of the season just to get somebody else the rub. Hopefully your boy Pentagon. We'll see.
Yeah, Pentagon needs some fucking revenge, that's for sure.
But yeah, this was a title match right off the bat. There's not a whole lot of wrestling shows out there, and it didn't feel weird that the Lucha Underground World title was basically on the line right off the bat, that it was the first match. Because if you look at it, the two title matches were first, and then a non-title match was the headliner.
Yeah, but when one of them is a sexy star match, you just put that right in the middle, you know.
Oh, stop it. That was, in fact, the second match, but I believe before that we got to see Angelico catch a flashback beatdown from Worldwide Underground. Freaking amazing.
Dude, I loved it because they did the old fucking Enforcers jumping Barry Windham. They just did his leg instead of his arm. So it's like the Cruncher Larry Zbyszko, but it's like the Cruncher Taya Valkyrie or something.
I just thought the whole thing was genius the way they did it. They're also introducing now the flashback and the ability to, you know, reinvent history to a certain extent. I mean, that flashback took us back to something we didn't see from Ultima Lucha Dos.
Right.
And now you can explain away Angelico being injured or whatever is the real thing going on with him. Is that what's going on, Casey? Was he out at the beginning of last season or something? Is that the reason why?
Well, we saw some fucked up shit happen to Angelico.
Oh, that's right. I was there for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But season 2, he was he went out with a storyline injury, but he also busted his knee, I think, working for AAA.
Yeah, the poor guy just look. If you haven't seen Angelico live, he's very tall. He looks like a guy that might break in half very easily, especially with some of the spots that he does. And the funny thing is, it's not the big spots where he hurts himself a lot of times. It's a way smaller thing, but he's just kind of got that frame. So, well, hopefully we'll see him back on TV, though, because according to the Secrets of the Temple article, Angelico is like the most important thing you can see on Lucha Underground.
Oh, that article. Did Byron write that? I forget who wrote it.
I don't think so. But I love that segment as a way to explain it. Now, we did not see the mysterious extra member of Lucha Underground or Worldwide Underground yet.
Worldwide Underground. By the way, they had a pretty good face turn on the show tonight. I might start buying their merch.
Why is that?
What are you doing?
Did he just take a selfie of himself?
I think he just took a selfie while he was laughing.
Maybe. I don't know. Shit.
Wait, is anybody monitoring comments on the YouTube?
I tried and it started playing the show very loudly, so I left.
Oh. I wonder if I can actually go to it. Anyway. So I loved at the end of this segment, too, where Dario just called him out on the fact that they lost the trios titles and that Taya was the one Worldwide Underground member left who was truly deserving of any kind of title shot at this juncture, and I fully agree with Dario Cueto.
Yeah. You don't reward losers. That's an important lesson in life.
You know what I have to say about that segment? Shut up, Jack.
Yeah, Jack, keep your fat mouth shut.
Jack was surprisingly quiet during the match.
Yeah,
I tweeted at him about that, or I made a tweet, and then he replied with some backstage info about why his mouth didn't open. And I was like, I met you at least once.
We watched you break your jaw, Jack.
Yeah.
Dummy.
But, you know.
Jack is a crazy SOB, man. He is just crazy. The match. Casey, take it away. Tell us about Taya versus Sexy Star.
Honestly, I figured, I sat through this match once in person. And to watch it again and then tell people about it, I just feel bad because if someone else was at the tapings, they'd have to relive this match 3 times. So I want to get the highlight of the match, which is Sexy Star taking a turnbuckle. Which I've seen turtles take turnbuckles faster. Don't ask me how. I've watched a lot of Tortugas Karatecas matches. But yeah.
Jimmy 5 would probably agree with you there.
10 years as a pro wrestler, Justin. 10 years.
It's just so much easier to defend Sexy Star on the show in between seasons.
Yeah, you guys are like all like Casey's an asshole, and now you're like Casey's fucking right. What's up?
I think she's great. I just think the great parts about her are not anywhere close to her work rate.
Well, that makes you sound like a fucking pervert.
I thought that I was trying to find the brightness in the match, which I did think was Taya, and I thought Taya was really trying to bring out some good stuff from Sexy Star, but I think the way the finish was booked and kind of the pacing in the middle, it just wasn't that hot of a match.
I remember watching, and when Taya and Sexy Star were running the ropes in their match live, we had to watch Taya stop and wait because someone else doesn't run.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, and look, Taya was selling great. But this brings to mind the next question of, should Taya even be wrestling the women that are in Lucha Underground? I think she should just be wrestling the guys. I mean, her match with Cage is still one of my favorite moments of all of Season 2.
Agreed.
And I think you gotta use Taya where you can, and this feud was where they could plug her in right away and have something going. Right. So, I mean, I was cool with it. It'd be cool to see her fucking wrestle Angelico after that whole spot we saw. That would be a cool match.
Yeah. And maybe that's what we'll get. Maybe we'll get an Angelico Taya feud down the line. That would be incredible DJ, if you're listening, make it happen. Except I know you already filmed the whole season. Damn it.
He's like writing season 15 right now.
Yeah, well, put it in season 15. We'll wait. It'll be worth it.
He's like, here's a surprise luchador, Dr. Wagner the 53rd.
What other? Was there another vignette in here somewhere? I'm trying to think. Was there?
So there's Marty. There's Worldwide.
Yeah.
Worldwide did theirs, and they had the match. Then Marty had his vignette. Went to Ray.
Which, that was a phenomenal match. Now, I was not there at that taping. I don't even think I knew that match happened because I think somebody started talking about it. I was like, don't give me any spoilers. I don't want to know.
It was awesome, but it was kind of like a half-assed match. Like,
No. Look, I gotta tell a story about this match.
I thought it was great. It's just it wasn't like a full-on Ultima Lucha match, which you would expect from these two.
I was there, and so was Byron. But we were cheering Pentagon very, very loudly, to the point where Ray got on the apron and he looked at us and he did this Cerro Miedo at us, and then we kept doing it, and then he's like, all right. He goes and wrestles the match, and then, we're showing respect, but we are very loudly chanting for Ray to get his arm broken at the end of the match. And so when Ray came to the back, I'm like, I'm sorry, Ray, I respect you. You're the best. I'm sorry. He's like, it's all right.
Well, I mean, and that was part of the beginning of, like, everyone in the world needs to recognize that Rudo, Technico, whatever, doesn't matter. Pentagon is the most over performer in the temple, hands down.
I do gotta say that even though I was booing him, I really do love Rey Mysterio. He's one half of my favorite match of all time, and he's the only living half of that match right now, which was him versus Eddie, Halloween Havoc, Mask versus Cruiserweight title. Fucking great.
Yeah, Ray is awesome, but also I think having Del Rio in the first season as like the big luchador main event sort of representative type guy, having him and seeing what happened with that, and then having Ray be such a great ambassador of the show and signing with El Rey, and it shows you that his value is more than just his work rate and more than just showing up. Like, he's representing and putting everyone and the show over, and Lucha is really lucky to have him, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
And I hope they don't sign Del Rio because we don't need him at all.
Look, I liked Del Rio in Lucha Underground. I thought his run was great. I don't know that the masses. I don't know that the masses will care one way or the other, but I thought he added to the show. He might have been a pain in the butt backstage or whatever, but didn't affect me as a viewer or a believer or a fan of the show.
I think his spot, though, is taken by Ray and done much better.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like, the way that Lucha Underground does stuff and tapes things, and like you see an angle and it doesn't come back for 3 or 4 weeks because that was the thing they taped that weekend for all 4 shows. I think that there's room for a lot of talent in Lucha Underground, especially if they're doing 40 episodes a year now, which sounds like it's going to be the norm. And they're still talking about going on tour next year too and doing some house shows. So,
I think they're starting the logistics on that, because on the dirt sheets, some of the wrestlers, I think, or luchadors are sort of leaking information about how they're beginning to get booked or semi-booked for these house shows or tours.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's been a secret either. EVW and DJ have both openly said that is something they're working on, and DJ normally stays completely out of those kind of things to begin with, but he's even said, like, they're definitely working on it and looking at it. I don't think it's a secret. I think it's just something that they don't have the finished solid plan for yet. But, look, if they want to keep these guys locked up and from doing a bunch of indie dates and working for Lucha Underground and working on things too, I think a house show tour, even a small one, could benefit them greatly in the fact that once they get to taping their TV season, they can have worked out the kinks in a few things and flow right into them easier for TV. And just kind of save themselves some trouble and, make the product better at the same time and keep everyone happy. Like, I don't want to see Lucha Underground be an on-the-road promotion like WWE by any stretch of the imagination, and I think that'll be one of the appeals to talent. You hear guys talk about it all the time. Like even CM Punk talking this week was just like, yeah, I get to go home and kiss my wife every night training for MMA. I don't have to be in some sleazy hotel room in Poughkeepsie on the weekend, you know? It's a different thing. So anyway, the Ray, I thought, since I wasn't there, I thought that match with Pentagon and Ray was an Ultima Lucha quality match, level match.
I thought so too. Byron's a dick.
I wanted it to go.
It might not have been
minutes.
live though. I could see it not being that live because it felt like obviously it was a lot longer live. I mean, it felt like it was definitely cut down.
Yeah. Well, I wanted it on TV to go another 5 minutes, and live it was really great because you didn't have a bunch of storyline implications and you're in the moment, but it felt like like I'm expecting something closer to Ray and Puma from these two. And also Pentagon lost, which I guess makes sense, but that always...
Does it make sense, though? I mean, I was kind of expecting, and again, I didn't know the results of this match, so I was really expecting Pentagon to go over here and get back a little bit of his steam that he lost by losing to Matanza.
You can't have Ray lose, though. Not at this point.
You can't? He's like... super. I mean, I guess that would be too much taking away from his like Prince Puma story. Like, you know, he can beat Puma, but then Pentagon can beat him, so it makes Puma obsolete. I don't know.
Ray is the king. That's what Ray means in Spanish.
No.
Yeah.
Really? So, God, that makes so much sense now. I never knew that.
El Dandy is Spanish for the dandy.
Triple H is going to watch this podcast, and then next week he's going to change his name to El Rey de H's.
Yeah, Paul's not going to do that.
Oh, I need to have a little bit of the official drink of Pentagon Dark, Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
Did you ever find your ecto-jism cooler or whatever?
No, there was a spooky ghost. No, I didn't find it because they hate California, apparently. So fuck the Ghostbusters.
They have it in Tennessee.
Anyway, the Mexican Destroyer in that match and the Pentagon Driver in that match are like two of my favorite things that have ever happened on television. I just want to throw that in. I don't need to talk blow by blow through the match. It was incredible. If you didn't watch it, you're an idiot. Or you just simply don't have it. And you know what's funny? I found out that there's quite a few people that actually watch this show that don't get Lucha Underground. I was like, why the hell are you watching our podcast if you don't have Lucha Underground? And they were like, well, we just like to hear you guys talk about it. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, great. I apologize that I can't give you a full play-by-play. And they've gotten a few downloads or whatever to catch up, or, maybe we're going to start doing the iTunes thing. But it's so messed up to me. I think, like, Cox Cable or something doesn't have El Rey, and, like, a few of the huge cable networks don't have it, but now you got FiOS, and it got announced somewhere else, and you can get Sling. People order Sling. It's like $15 a month, and you get your El Rey network.
Or Fubo.tv, which I think is even cheaper.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there's ways. Like if you are interested and you're listening to this podcast and you're not watching Lucha Underground, get the show, people. Find a way to get it. So the last segment we need to move into is Vampiro's little Dr. Phil moment with the kitschy music and what the heck was going on there. Are we moving into a Puma Dark thing here?
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, I hope that means Vampiro's going to start costing Puma all his fucking matches.
Well, he did. He just walked out in the middle of Pentagon's match. Pentagon gave him some smack first, though. I mean, Pentagon kind of brought that on himself.
Yeah.
We kind of gave him a little smack when he walked by too, like, "Hey, don't cost him a match again, pal."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of the show too, Vampiro said he's nobody's master, nobody's maestro, and he just likes his job as a commentator, and he's just going to keep it at that. And yet here we see him backstage, kind of stirring the pot a little bit and meddling with Puma's mind.
But he wasn't spooky face paint Vampiro, so he wasn't the master. He wasn't pouring candle wax on his face and genitals, so it wasn't Vampiro.
That's true.
So basically, Dr. Jekyll is in the back, Ian, and not Mr. Hyde.
Exactly.
I think Vampiro also is looking to mentor someone who won't kick him in the back of the head while he's trying to announce. I think he's trying to, I think he feels safer about mentoring Puma.
Yeah, because if he was going to kick him, he'd flip like 10 times first, so he'd see it coming.
I think that Ian just wants to fuck with Conan and take his spot. That's what I'm saying.
The man is dead. He has a really good podcast for a dead guy, I'm just saying.
You know what? And I hate to put over too many other podcasts, but damn, keeping it 100 last week was fucking on point. I'm just going to throw that out there. One of these days, J-Man should listen to that show.
Hoovy is like my favorite thing on any podcast ever. I just got to say.
Yeah, he was on point. Disco even had like 3 good points last week. He actually halfway made some sense.
I don't know. I still have a hard time taking Disco seriously because, one, he tried to pitch a wrestler that was invisible. I think he tried to pitch a wrestler that had a flying carpet, like a genie something wrestler.
That's a gimmick.
DDT did the invisible wrestler, by the way. I just want to throw that out there.
Well,
oh my God.
Probably held the Iron Man title at least once.
At least once. And then also, he's a bouncer at a strip club in Vegas. I've heard.
Wow. Well, we talked a little bit about CM Punk. Man, they did this press conference yesterday. They're going to do the weigh-ins later today.
No, he made weight.
He talked to Ariel Helwani. I know he made weight this morning. They're going to do the televised weigh-ins. But CM Punk looked like shit.
He looked more like a skeleton than I do right now.
I mean, and he said to Ariel Helwani, too, that, like, he didn't bring in a nutritionist. And I don't know if he's, like, trying to conceal stuff or fucking around playing games with the media. But, man, that weight cut looked like it did him wrong. And, I was paying close attention because everything for UFC this weekend is happening in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. And it was crazy. Like, he was terrible at the press conference. And not that he's not a dick sometimes to media anyway, but he just came off really abrupt, and I think it was the weight cut. And this is, it's not a big deal to do a press conference when the guys are like Connor and Nate last time who were up a whole weight class, two weight classes for Connor, so they're not cutting a ton of weight. Easy for them to do a press conference and not lose their shit. Stipe and Alistair and Travis Brown and Verdum are all heavyweights, so they're not exactly having to cut a bunch of weight. So these guys are all fine. Mickey Gall seemed like he was fine, but CM Punk is over there like looking dehydrated. I mean, he looked like what a headache looks like from the inside. Yeah. And he looked physically green. When I say that he's green, I don't mean that he just doesn't know what he's doing yet in MMA. I mean like he physically looks the color green. He
looks like he already lost the fight.
He looked like Bill Bixby when he's freaking out, but not like the Hulk, but like when he's just first freaking out.
Just panicked and starting to turn green and pale.
Yeah, and all sweaty and shit.
Yeah, I gotta say that doesn't bode well. I mean, I was starting to give CM Punk a chance after seeing some of the embedded stuff and the stuff on his special, his Cult of Personality special or whatever the hell that was. I was starting to give him a chance, and it's like I'm not the biggest fan of the Rufus Sport camp in general, but I thought that they were doing some of the right stuff with him, and against a guy who's still relatively new like Mickey, maybe Duke Rufus could just put together the plan that can beat a guy like Mickey regardless of who he puts in there. But now, I just don't know, man. How do they not give CM Punk a fucking nutritionist? Are these guys not in the pro fight game? Like, call Dolce or somebody. What the fuck, man? A guy's got to lose that much weight for the first time in his life, and he's going into a huge televised event, and he's a fucking millionaire. It's not like he doesn't have the money to pay a nutritionist. He's not some one-and-one up-and-coming guy who lives in the fucking hood who's got no money to get a guy to tell him how to eat salmon. He's got the fucking money.
Dude, he doesn't even buy a fucking toothbrush. He's not going to buy a nutritionist.
Didn't he have a nutritionist in WWE? I remember watching his documentary, and he went to vegetarian, and then their trainer said he was a lot more flexible after that.
Well, that sounds fake, and it sounds like vegetarian propaganda from Byron the Vegetarian Turk.
I'm not a vegetarian.
Good. Let's have some bacon, bro.
What are you, a vegetarian?
No, I eat food.
Good for you.
I don't.
Step it up in life.
There's
Anyway,
the desperate look in his eyes of a man who misses meat right now.
I just thought it was amazing. I loved Alistair Overeem kind of playing with the Cleveland crowd. He's super nice to the whole crowd. He's complimenting Cleveland on winning championships, this, that, and the other thing. And then he's like, and then I'm sorry I have to take away your champion belt with me. And even being from Cleveland, like the Clevelanders were fucking mad. They did not like that shit at all. I was laughing. I was like, that's classic Reem. That's awesome. I actually think that to the MMA community as a whole, it's probably very endearing. And Stipe was just doing his normal bumbling fireman routine. I mean, this guy, he's the world heavyweight champion of the UFC, still goes to the firehouse, still goes to work at his regular ass blue collar job. So we'll see if that's still the case after he gets some pay-per-view points as a champion from this next fight. But, you know, and we'll see too, like, dude, guys have been dropping the belt at heavyweight left and right on their home turf like he did to Verdum. So having the home field advantage, I don't know if that helps Stipe here, and a lot of people are seeing Stipe lose. I think Stipe has the range and the hands to get it done, but dude, this is the heavyweight division. One shot, you know, ends a fight very quickly in either direction. So, I mean, I am going to put my money on Stipe and put my money where my mouth is, and I'm going to go for the homie, but I don't know. The CM Punk fight, I was fully anticipating getting to this moment with you guys right here, right now, and picking CM Punk. I don't think I can do it anymore. I think I got to pick Mickey Gall. I really want to see CM Punk win. I think it would be a great story. I think it would be hilarious to me how it would piss off a lot of MMA fans. I like seeing the crossover between the pro wrestling world and the MMA world because I'm a fan of both.
Yeah.
But I always, you know, I never finalize my bets or my fantasy picks or anything like that until weigh-ins. And just seeing how CM Punk went into the press conference yesterday and this week, and even his media workout looked fucking horrible. And he spent more time signing autographs and taking selfies with people than he did rolling.
Yeah, way to tuck your chin, Phil. Fuck.
God, yeah. So my money is not on Phil Brooks. I'm going to take the new kid, Mickey Gall.
You know, I like the idea of pissing off some of the bro MMA fans that don't want him to fight, but I also really, really like the idea of really annoying CM Punk fans, which I've encountered a lot. It's the fucking internet. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So I not only think he's going to lose, I want him to lose, and I want a promo after the match comparing him to Voldemort after he loses.
Why?
Because he fucking looks like Voldemort right now, bro.
Yeah, I think so. He looks a little Skeletorish. Doesn't look good.
That's kind of racist towards skeletons. I'm a little offended, but I'll allow it.
Oh. It's just how is someone going to win their first pro fight ever, right? Like, it's not unless you get fed a can.
Well, it happens all the time, and honestly, guys like him who are athletes coming from other sports, and I will call him an athlete, even, you know, though it's pro wrestling, it's still hugely athletic.
He's an athlete.
He's an athlete, for sure. And, you know, this isn't like the Tebow thing where he's switching from one pro sport to another pro sport necessarily. But he is definitely somebody who's been in training his whole life, and, you know, a guy like that is the guy you expect to see him win the first fight. He came in, he was able to afford a real camp with real trainers and real sparring partners. I mean, look, Anthony Pettis is one of his sparring partners. Whether Anthony Pettis is the greatest of all time right now or not, he's still a pro-level guy with a crap load of fights that if he's your training partner is going to make you a whole lot better, especially if you're an 0-0 guy going into your first fight. Anyway, I don't know. We saw Herschel Walker come into Strikeforce and obliterate a couple of opponents, And those guys weren't even total tomato cans. I mean, and he was over 40, and he came in and blasted some dudes because he's a real fucking athlete that had a good camp.
And he's not saying skinny fat like CM Punk, who it didn't cut weight because it's hard to cut skinny fat. Trust me, I know.
Yeah, I mean, 170 pounds is where Phil should be, too. I mean, he can't be a 185er. I mean, look at my frame. I couldn't even fight 170 in the UFC. I'd probably have to go down to 55 or 45, and I'm 6 feet fucking tall. I mean, Cowboy Cerrone is a little bit bigger than me, and he fought 155. Like, I've stood next to that guy, and he's bigger muscle-wise, slightly taller than me, and he was a 155er. Like, dude, I'm walking around at 186. I just can't even imagine it. So,
like I walk around at 175, and I look like shit, and if you saw me weigh in, you would think I was going to lose the fucking fight, too.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other fight, Fabricio Verdum begged to be on this card, which is smart because you want to be there when the title is defended to stay in the title mix and put you on the same schedule as whoever the champion is. Very smart of him to get in there. He was originally supposed to fight Ben Rothwell, which I think would be a better argument for him to get another title shot. But he's got Travis Brown, Ronda's boyfriend, and Travis has turned into a world-class heel somehow, and it's great because I find myself wanting to see Travis Brown get smashed, but not because of real life, but because I feel like he's playing a heel on TV now. I feel bad for the guy because he's probably taking it very personally. But man, it's like, dude, you're on TV. Like, go with the flow, bro. You're a heel now. Just go with it. Him and DC both. I want to see him get his face smashed. And then I want to see him fight again, which is good for him because it means he can keep getting paid forever. But I like Verdum. I had Verdum against Kane, and Verdum is one of my favorite heavyweights out there. I bet against him with Stipe because Stipe is from Cleveland. But I love Verdum, and I'd like to see him smash the crap out of Brown. That's all I'm going to say about UFC 203 happening in Cleveland tomorrow. Watch it. Support my hometown. Support these fighters. I will say also, since we're talking about DC being a heel, the Chael Sonnen DC thing going on right now is fucking amazing.
Yes. Oh my God, Byron, you're missing out, dude.
Tell me what am I missing?
Okay, so here's what you're missing. DC just kind of flaked and no-showed on Chael Sonnen's podcast.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so this has never happened to Chael before, and Chael's got a pretty big ego. So, and the thing that you do if you've watched any of these podcasts, if your guest doesn't show up, you text him or you try to get in contact. Like Ariel Helwani has like 10 guests a week. So this shit happens to him all the time where a guest doesn't show up on time or whatever, and you'll see him there like kind of trying to talk and stall at the same time while he's texting somebody and trying to get them back into the actual call-in line or whatever. So Chael's trying to do that business, and he starts effing with DC like, I fucking made you. How did you not show up for my show? But it's Chael Sonnen. He's like being completely ridiculous. And he's like, texting him, I beat you and I beat this guy and I beat everyone in the world and like, I'm your daddy, bitch, kind of stuff. Being Chael and just totally talking shit. DC starts taking it too seriously, starts flaming him back, and has some huge beef with Chael Sonnen now. Over he's the one who fucked up and didn't come on the show, and then Chael busted his balls a little bit. DC took it all seriously. I don't know what's going on there. The whole thing could be a work, but it's fucking genius. I do believe Chael reapplied for USADA testing, so he's officially unbanned, and I believe once he's on track with his testing, Chael could actually come back and fight again. I think he's still a contracted UFC fighter with, I believe, 2 or 3 fights left on his contract.
Oh, maybe they're working an angle right now.
They might as well. The light heavyweight division is fucked. What is John Jones? If once he gets cleared up, maybe there's some interest in there. But the parity level that used to be in there isn't there anymore. John Jones ran through everybody. DC ran through everybody else, and now you've got this kind of revolving door of guys trying to work their way back up. Glover versus DC would have been something new and interesting, but Glover got smashed by Rumble. So now you're going to get Rumble DC 2? I mean, unless Rumble knocks DC the fuck out, it's going to pretty much put the entire light heavyweight division to sleep until John Jones gets back in there. And John's beaten all these guys. John beat Glover. He beat Rumble. He beat Gustafson. He beat DC. Like, who gives a fuck about any of it anymore? So, anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Maybe throwing Chael Sonnen into the mix is good. I mean, we're going into this era now where the belt isn't necessarily always the most important thing, thanks to Conor McGregor, that you're getting these exciting matches. And speaking of which, the first match for the MSG card has been announced, and it's amazing. Robbie Lawler versus Cowboy Cerrone.
Fuck yeah.
I am so deathly afraid for both of them that it will be the end of their careers because these guys are crazy. They are both insane people. I've met these dudes. They are insane people. There's no way in hell these two guys don't get in a cage and just beat the living shit out of each other.
That rules so much. Oh, it's going to be great.
And Cowboy's got great jiu-jitsu. He's got good wrestling, too. Robbie Lawler's a wrestler. I don't expect to see any of it. These guys are going to probably throw hands for 2 rounds until one of them is fucking unconscious in the worst kind of way. I don't know what we're going to see there. I think it's a great fight. I'm also excited about Bisping Hendo. I know a lot of people didn't want to see that, but I just thought that it would be. I think those are great fights. So, any other Lucha Underground stuff? Oh, Paley Fest is tonight. Byron and I are going to go. Paley Fest there's a place called the Paley Center here in Los Angeles. They do these things, fall preview things, where they bring in the whole cast and crew and showrunners of a show. They show you an episode sometimes. They talk about the show. There's one tonight for El Rey Network. They're doing Dust Till Dawn. They're doing Lucha Underground. If you are in the Los Angeles area, I believe there's still tickets available. You should go to this thing. You're going to get to see the Season 2 or Season 3, Episode 2 episode tonight. We get to see it 5 days before the rest of the world tonight on the big screen. Byron and I got to see the finale on the big screen also, so this will be our second time seeing Lucha Underground on the big screen. And then there's going to be a ton of Lucha Underground performers there, and I think Eric Van Wagenen and DJ are going to be there, and Skip, the guy who does the directing of the vignettes. And I'm sure they'll talk and do a little roundtable discussion afterwards. So if you're a fan of Lucha Underground, Paley Center tonight. Get tickets. TicketWeb. You can find them. Anyway,
we're gonna watch the Weapons of Mass Destruction match between Marty and.
Oh, holy shit! We're gonna see that on the big screen.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. So, without further ado, it is time for the 2016 MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards.
Woo!
I think you guys are going to be surprised by a few of these things, as I said before. So, the first poll we put up was for Best Comedic Luchador. Now, you may ask what qualifies as Best Comedic Luchador. I guess, what would that be in your opinion, guys? Like a funny gimmick, or guys who get to the ring and can crack jokes, or funny promos? What qualifies in your opinion?
My opinion would be someone that's actually playing a comedy character this season. What the fuck, people?
Well, the candidates were Mascarita Sagrada.
Yeah.
Who had some very, very funny bits this season. Famous B, who had a lot of those funny bits with Mascarita, and they may have split each other's votes.
Yeah.
Joey Ryan.
Who is not a comedic character this season. He is elsewhere, but not on Lucha Underground. These are the Lucha Underground Awards. Jesus Christ, people.
That's true. He plays an undercover police officer on Lucha Underground.
And Jack Evans.
The god of comedy, Jack Evans.
Jack is a funny guy. Jack is a very, very funny guy. I think Urban's dissing us on Twitter right now. Somebody take care of that.
The baddest bitch in the building, Jack Evans.
And we also had a write-in for... Did we have a write-in on this one? I think somebody wrote in for Pimpy.
I've been here all season. What's wrong with you people? Come
Anyway, the winner with 44% of the vote, Joey Ryan. Joey Ryan wins the first Luchi.
Why?
Because that's the vote.
I love Joey Ryan, and I think he's great, but his Lucha Underground role does not fit this category.
I would have given this to Famous B this year. I mean, that was my vote. I thought the stuff that Famous B did this year was classic.
Get my shoe!
Yeah, come on. Get My Shoe was the end-all, be-all, had me in tears. So honorary mention definitely to Famous B.
Yeah.
I would have voted for Jack just for the time when he yelled he was the real baddest bitch in the building.
That was up there too, but I still think get the shoe was...
Yeah. No, I would vote for Famous as well.
So yeah, and Pimpy did get 2 write-in votes, believe it or not. Now, going over to a big award, just like the real award shows do, where they throw out a couple big ones early. Best Trios for Season 2 of Lucha Underground, 2016 Best Trios Award. The nominees...
S3, Triple M show! Woo!
Yeah, it should have been us. We are good trios.
I would like to thank the people for this award.
The real nominees, which did not include the Triple M show, Worldwide Underground,
Yeah!
the Dream Team, Ray, Puma, and Dragon Azteca Jr.,
Dope team.
the Super Friends, Dragon, Drago, Phoenix, and Aerostar,
Yeah.
Champions right
and
now.
the unlikely trio, or Team Havoc, or whatever you want to call them, of Son of Havoc, Evilise, and Angelico. Now,
Team up all season.
they had a little run at the very beginning of the
Oh,
season.
yeah, that's right. They did. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So, and the winner is, with 38% of the vote, the Dream Team. Dream Team. Rey Mysterio, Puma, Dragon Azteca Jr. Worldwide Underground had 33%, though. That was a very, very close vote.
They'll probably win next year.
I believe the Dream Team won by 2 or 3 votes.
Nice.
that
They're a
was-
good team, dude. This could have gone, no matter what way it would have gone, I wouldn't be mad at our viewers like I was in the last category. I'm still people.
Well, I mean, there's a few of them that may surprise you, but I think that goes to Joey Ryan's credit that he is very over. People are entertained by him, and they're entertained in a fun kind of way.
No, I
Yeah, but-
fucking love Joey Ryan. Don't
Now,
get me
didn't
wrong.
Joey Ryan do the handcuff during the what was it, Aztec Warfare bit?
That
during
was
this
pretty
season?
good.
That was
But-
pretty funny.
He didn't suplex anyone with his dick in Lucha Underground. Just remember that, people.
No,
Yeah.
except in dark matches, I think.
You know, yeah, he did. There was a battle royal that was dark. Wait, was that at the end of season 2?
And keep in mind, a lot of the people who voted also are people who go to the temple, so they may have seen Joey do things that were very funny during season 2 that did not make it on air.
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you guys the story after season 3. I don't know if I can tell it yet.
Right, because yeah, you might be right. It might be a season 3 thing. We saw a lot of Lucha Underground last year, guys. Between season 2 and season 3, it's all getting kind of...
Yeah. It's
I'm glad that they're not running live shows right now, because I'd be so freaking lost. We would be so confused if they were taping season 4 right now.
Yeah.
All right, the next award is for Best Storyline Vignette.
Yeah.
Best Storyline Vignette. So that does not necessarily have to be a single vignette. This can
It's
be
something ongoing.
Yeah, it could be something ongoing, or it could just be something that relates to storyline. The nominees for Best Storyline Vignette are The Evolution of Pentabondage / Pentagon Dark.
That one just kind of creeped me out.
Well, I mean, look at all the stuff that was happening. Pentagon's in a hover round. He's getting baseball bat sodomized by Vampiro. He's getting candle wax burned. It was like...
Yeah, candle wax on the face and genitals. Don't forget.
It was
Yeah,
only
50 Shades of
implied
Dark.
sodomy.
Yeah, it was kinky. There were some kinky things going on. Look, I'm open-minded. Whatever they want to do, that's their thing. It's free country.
It's a different product than anyone else in professional wrestling.
The next nominee was The Limo Guy, Cops, and Dario. That
Sweet.
ongoing storyline. The formation of a dream team, which was several segments.
Oh, yeah. There was some cool shit there.
Yeah.
And
Watch the Famous B commercial.
Sexy and the Mothlestation. Which was...
I like the name that you coined for it. And I like one of the participants.
The Mac. Who's your favorite participant?
Oh, okay. I like two of the participants. I like
because the Mac worked his way into that storyline a little bit at the beginning, too.
And I got no beef with Mariposa.
So, the winner, with 37% of the vote in another close race, the Limo Guy, Cops, and Dario storyline vignettes.
You know what? I like that one, too, because none of us know where the fuck it's going. And I like that.
That presented the most questions. I mean, look.
Yeah.
They didn't even pay off the Limo Guy gimmick. They soft sold us on it, and then they gave us this thing at the beginning of the season. They totally swerved it around, and people are still talking about it. That one scene where Dario goes to the bar, and Delgado says that Limo Guy is going to come down there, had everyone going for the whole second half of the season, and they didn't even run with it as a storyline that much. And it kept kind of playing out. And then the Cops getting mixed in there, and then Mr. Cisco, rest in peace, getting killed.
Oh, Cisco!
I mean, all those things kind of played into that storyline. Probably the best one. But the evolution of Pentagon into Pentagon Dark got 32% of the vote. Again, very close. 2 votes away from winning this one.
People are fucking perverts that listen to this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a hat now?
Dude, I'm wearing a Lucha Underground hat.
I like that look. That's good.
Oh, wow.
So Limo Guy wins that one. Now this is a tough one. This next category. The nominees for Best Manager/Valet in the MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards are Dario Cueto.
Right?
Because he does valet for Matanza, even though he's the owner. Famous B and Brenda as a team.
2 for 1 deal.
Yeah, 2 for 1 deal there. Katrina.
She ran the temple for half the season.
She ran the
temple. And she has Mill and the disciple.
He has a name. His name is Sinestro de la Muerte, which I know because he's my cousin. Exactly alike.
And Taya was also in this category. Because sadly, she spent the whole second half of the season as basically the valet to Worldwide Underpants.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, she had, 2 matches last season? She had, Cobra Moon and Cage, right?
Like 2 singles, and then she was in tag matches.
And that was it.
Did that run-in with her leg all fucked up, so maybe she was hurt?
I don't know, but her run-in in the Cage in a Cage match was great.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Anyway, yeah, no offense to her. It's fine. It's a good category. It's another place where she can get some votes. Anyway, the winner with 48% of the vote in our first not close one.
Yeah.
Katrina.
Okay, I like that choice, but I really thought it would be closer because Famous B is the shit. But you know what Katrina didn't do, you guys? Katrina did not turn on and beat down her only fucking client. So
That's
there you
true.
go. That's why you lost.
Well, yeah, but she did let one of her clients kill 2 of her other clients.
Yeah, but they fuck up a lot, man.
By
But she
ripping
also-
their hearts out. Like, if you don't watch Lucha Underground, there was a double heart rip fatality in the locker room from the Disciples.
Literally.
Yeah, so there was one dope skeleton dude that kind of looks like me, and he got the other 2 dope skeleton dudes that kind of look like me, and he ripped out their hearts, and he stole their power and shit, and they were black rotten hearts, and they're all slimy and shit. It was fucking dope. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, she had her power up. But she also brought Mil Muertes back to life, more powerful than ever, twice.
And she got him
197
a trophy taxidermied in fucking Cuerno's fucking house or whatever. You know, he's in a glass case. He's probably been stuffed at that point. Who knows how many times Cuerno had sex with him? It was crazy.
Should we talk about that?
No. Move on. There's a lot of awards.
All right. Katrina. So, and we're very proud of her. And since you're like best friends with her now, Byron, you should get her to come on the show and accept the award personally.
Watch, she like teleports behind him and just snaps his neck right now.
No.
That would be awesome. And yeah, you know, the funny thing is she won that award the day that you were in Vegas.
Yeah, we were hanging out together.
Did you tell her that she won the poll?
No.
You're a dummy.
I was talking
Probably
to her.
had all his alt accounts vote for her, though.
You have no game. Your girlfriend should be very proud of you for not throwing game at Katrina.
Yeah. What? I don't get me in trouble here.
I'm not getting you in trouble. I just said that you didn't hit on Katrina.
No, we were talking about season 3 stuff.
I know you keep it all business, man.
No
I wouldn't get you in
spoilers.
trouble. I wouldn't get you in trouble.
No spoilers.
All right. So, this is one of my favorite awards. Best Backstage Jefe at Lucha Underground. This is for the boss behind the bosses, behind the on-camera bosses.
Yeah.
This is for the real bosses backstage.
I love all these guys here.
And if you don't know who these guys are, the nominees are Stolman,
Ring the bell!
Roach, CM Roach, Chris Roach, DJ,
Hell yeah, dude.
Krista Joseph, and the Jefe de Jefes, Eric Van Wagenen, the big boss.
EVW.
EVW. That's right. This has got to be tough for a lot of people, especially between the two top bosses. If you don't know, DJ is basically the head writer and creative genius behind the show, but Van Wagenen is the guy that gives him all the power and ability to do that and run with all the crazy stuff.
And arrested Jefe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Roach is one of the big bosses on Big Brother and a brilliant producer himself.
Great.
And he's like second fiddle to DJ on this show, which is amazing because he is like the baller over at CBS. He's like one of the main guys making them $1 billion over there. So anyway, without further ado, the winner of Best Backstage Jefe in Lucha Underground is Krista Joseph.
Stolman. Oh.
DJ is your big winner, guys, which is not entirely surprising.
DJ, we love you, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are we going to talk about Stolman?
Yeah, go ahead.
Getting 0% of the
Oh!
That's what you get when you're not on social media, Stolman.
I think he's the only one who got 0 votes in any of the polls. I think he's the only thing that got nominated that did not get a single vote.
That's
what
harsh.
happens when you don't tweet, bro. You can't vote for yourself.
Yeah.
Now, what does Stolman do on the show? Maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe people don't know his entire level of involvement.
Dario says ring the bell, and then he rings it.
Very important.
Yes. He's the official timekeeper of Lucha Underground.
He's also, he sits behind Melissa.
And he says, you messed up, do that again.
He has the script with him, so yeah, when she forgets the word, she can look over her shoulder and be like, oh, this is who's wrestling.
It's funny. Look, yeah. I mean, honestly, we were filling out the category by throwing Stolman in there. I didn't think he was going to get a ton of votes, but I thought maybe he'd get a sympathy vote at least.
You're number one in our hearts, Stolman.
I thought J-Man was going to vote for Stolman.
Yeah, I was really torn who to vote for, to be honest, because I'm a CM Roach guy in a lot of ways. This was a hard one. I can't even tell you who I voted for. So
I used all 3 of my accounts to vote for
all
three guys.
Yeah, just totally negated them. It just made Stolman look worse. That's all you did.
I don't know Stolman.
Your vote didn't count for anything but making Stolman look worse. Anyway, okay, going on to another big award here, people. I don't know what anyone's going to think about this. This was a very touchy one. This one, and just so you guys know, the nomination process was conducted by me, Casey Byron, J-Man, and Urban were also involved in the nomination process of who to put up. This was a tough category because Lucha Underground basically has 5 luchadoras, and you can only nominate 4 to do a poll. So the nominees for Best Luchadora ended up being Sexy Star,
Boo!
Taya. You're a jerk. Taya. Yay! Evilise.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm good with all of these choices except for the first one. What's up?
And then here's the tough one. Cobra Moon ended up in the 4th slot and not cheerleader Melissa.
Her name is Mariposa.
They're both gimmicks. I'm not giving anything away here. So, yeah, which is awful because she's fucking amazing, too.
Yeah, it sucks you can't have five poll choices.
Yeah.
But Cobra Moon debuted this year and made a fairly big splash, and a lot of people like her a lot. So she made.
It's not like we couldn't have cut Sexy Star out of the poll or anything.
Come on, she's the gift of the gods champion, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, come on, Casey.
I'm just being an asshole.
So,
but I mean it.
In a surprisingly large victory, the winner with 48% of the vote, your Luchadora of the Year for the MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards is Evilise, the baddest bitch in the voting.
Not Sexy Star.
I'm actually surprised by this one.
Why? I'm not.
Because I feel like Evilise didn't get a ton of TV time last year, and I felt like it kind of hurt her overall brand. But she's still resonating a lot with the believers, which is good for her. Like she had a huge moment at the beginning of season 2 that I think people even forgot was in season 2. She got a title shot.
Yeah, she almost beat Mil Muertes.
Yeah, in a great
it was
match.
Believable, and we all jumped out of our fucking seats and lost our mind when it almost happened.
Yeah, now she didn't have a ton of stuff in season 2, but she had enough to stay in the mix. And I really thought that. I think that Sexy Star and Taya split a lot of their votes. Like, the Evilise fans were firmly behind Evilise, and then there's the people that like both Taya and Sexy Star were the same people, and that vote got split.
Hey, see, I would have voted Evilise just on almost beating Mil Muertes for the title alone.
Now, you know who was second, though, right?
Cobra?
No, Sexy Star was second.
How many votes? What was the percentage on that? What percent of the audience do I think is a piece of shit?
23%.
Okay, that's only 1 in 4 of you suck. All right.
You could add Sexy Star and Taya's votes together, and Evilise still beats them because she is the best in Lucha Underground. And you guys gave me shit when I drafted her, and she won on the draft choice for best female, best luchadora pick. And you're like, oh, you're ruining. You're rigging the vote. And I said, no, she's just the best one. And here she is winning in a landslide.
Byron, we give you shit because it's fun to give you shit.
That's true. I mean, look, I think that the Sexy Star supporters are big time. I mean, they're like Hillary Clinton supporters. They're super vocal, super out front, but then Sexy Star also has a lot of detractors and a lot of people that just really don't like her. She's a very polarizing figure in wrestling in general, which I think is what you want. You want people to either love you or hate you. What you don't want is people to be like,
Hey, Justin, question for you. Do you think the detractors or the supporters know more about Lucha Libre? You don't have to answer that. It was a rhetorical question. Let me tell you something. We forgot to talk about Evilise challenging Katrina for Ultima Lucha 3, and hopefully...
Oh, we did! Yeah. That was the other segment that I forgot about, which is amazing. So 40 episodes in advance, we have a match set up for Ultima Lucha Tres, which is amazing. So I want to see heat between these women all season long. Like, they better have some fireworks. I want to see slapfests every other week between these two.
And I got to say, good luck to Evilise, because right now she is Lucha Underground's reverse Undertaker and has lost every match in Ultima Lucha.
Now, Carly can actually wrestle too, by the way, guys. Like, Evilise is probably a better in-ring performer than Carly because she does it a lot more, but Katrina can wrestle. If you haven't seen her matches, go on YouTube. She's not bad at all.
She's also...
Actually, guys, don't do any of that because Katrina is a ghost that has never wrestled, and Justin's trying to make you think wrestling isn't real right now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this woman,
check out the matches.
This woman Carly, that looks a lot like this woman Carly Price that looks a lot like Katrina. You can see her wrestle on YouTube, and she's pretty good.
Or look up Maxine in the WWE. That's.
But honestly, I didn't think she was all that good as Maxine, and I think that her stuff on the Indies after that was way better.
She had a dope match with Joey Ryan. I gotta say that.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And that was between season 1 and 2, I think.
Yeah, you might be right. But so anyway, she's got a year to brush up on her in-ring abilities, to accentuate her teleporting, and to see if she can actually take it to the baddest bitch in the building. Should be exciting.
Yeah. It's not really fair when one of the competitors is invincible and can teleport.
True.
But
yeah, but I mean, we're talking pinfalls here. We're not talking like death match.
Yeah,
but all Eva Elise has to do is get a pinfall.
And they teleport while you're trying to pin them.
Yeah.
So this next category, one of my favorite categories, will always be one of my favorite categories. This is a big one, folks. This is almost the pinnacle of. This almost should be the last one, but it's not. This is Match of the Year. 2016 Match of the Year MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards. The nominees are Ray versus Puma, which is a big one.
Yes.
Phoenix versus Mil Muertes.
Which one?
Which was decided in committee. The good one, the better one.
Oh, the one where he threw him through the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Sexy versus Mariposa. No mas.
Fuck you!
And Mil Muertes versus Matanza.
Dope match.
That was really good.
Consequences.
Right, which had like some pretty big, implications. So, the winner by a landslide with 49% of the vote. Casey's pick. Sexy Star versus Mariposa in No Mas.
You know what's funny? Is that Mariposa didn't even get on our best women's poll, but this is like a big, giant bow on a present wrapped specifically to her that she could carry someone so horrible to the match of the year in our fans' eyes. But I would have voted for Graver Consequences because I actually thought I was going to die just being at ringside, and that was awesome.
Yeah, No Mas was, dude, there were so many matches. Like, this is a category to me that should have had 12 nominees. I don't know. And I think that No Mas would have won because I think that the reason why it probably actually really is Match of the Year is not necessarily because there weren't other matches that the in-ring work was just as good or interesting, but this resonated on a level that no other match resonated on last year. It was talked about, it was bitched about, it was loved, it was hated, it sparked a reaction, it was getting the F-bomb on TV.
Yeah.
Like, the full gamut of things that you could do to get a reaction from your audience happened in this match. And to be honest, that is the real point of professional wrestling, is to get your entire audience engaged in whatever fashion you can, whether it's heat, whether it's a pop, whether it's work rate, whether it's storyline, whether it's controversy, like dropping an F-bomb. This match literally had all of those things, regardless of what you think of Sexy Star as a performer. And I think the style of this match actually suited her better than what she was trying to do with Taya yesterday, this week on Lucha Underground. Like, her running the ropes? No. Her up in the rafters, bleeding? Check. Maybe she's just fucking Shane Douglas now. Maybe she's not the one to be doing a whole bunch of in-ring spots. Maybe she should be doing hardcore matches or something. I don't know.
I've always hated Shane Douglas, too.
A lot of people have. That's why I said that.
But I do have to say, only one match this year had the moment that had the camera zoom in on me and me say, holy fucking shit, audibly on TV, and that was Graver Consequence. When he punched through the fucking coffin, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen. He had a glove to fight sharks, bro. Come on.
I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing the greatness of that match, and honestly, I think I voted Ray Puma.
I voted that too.
We all look for different stuff in wrestling, and I look more for the weird, crazy, dark, evil shit that happened in Graver Consequences. That's what I look for in professional wrestling.
Which is understandable. I mean, you're into the macabre and horror movies and stuff like that. And that is the kind of stuff that draws you to Lucha Underground in general, and it's there in a great abundance. But I think that the average wrestling fan turns on Lucha Underground and is really stoked by the kind of thing that they saw in the No Mas match. What were you going to say, Brian?
No, I voted for...
It was a good match. The shit was crazy.
It was a good match. I voted for Rey Puma like you, and for me...
I like that match.
I mean, I like those two guys more than I like the two people in any of the other matches, and I have that history watching Ray as a kid growing up, and that match was when I first really saw Ray live. I mean, we were ringside, that was amazing, but that's when I first saw Ray actually deliver the way he was delivering back in ECW, WCW, and it was. I mean, I think that match was one of the best matches. As far as the action, and then as far as getting you invested in what happens.
I think so. I mean, it's again a super tough category. And you've heard me mention the Taya Cage match a million times too. I almost desperately wanted that to be on here. I don't think it would have gotten very many votes compared to some of these other ones, but I thought that was a phenomenal match too.
It's the main event of Ultimo Lucha, Ray and Puma. It's like, by default, that has to be in the talk for one of the best matches.
You guys don't think I read the tweets during the show? You guys fucking suck, man.
What?
Urban?
Oh, nothing. Nothing to see here. Moving along. All right, so let me get to the next one here. What was next after that? I gotta find it. I was trying to print all these out, but then I ran out of ink.
Underground episode on the Triple M show? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just killing time while you find it, Justin.
The next one is...
There's some more fun ones. We're getting into some of the fun ones now.
Best new performer?
So...
Nightclaw!
Is it best new performer?
Nightclaw.
Let's just give it to Nightclaw and move on.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, best new performer. I mean, and this is interesting, too, because these guys were... There's a lot of new characters in Season 2, and I hadn't really realized it. So, the nominees, the ones that got nominated were Cobra Moon.
Awesome choice.
Dragon Azteca Jr.
Awesome choice.
Yes.
Matanza.
Fuck yeah.
Who kind of made a Season 1 appearance, but never performed.
Right, we never actually saw all of him.
And Taya. Taya feels like she's been there from the beginning to me because I've seen a ton of her in AAA, but Season 2 was Taya's first season.
Where the fuck is Nightclaw?
Nightclaw's not on there. Well, he just had the one debut match. I mean, look, it was decided by committee. I think you were just not on the DM, but I think me, Urban, and J-Man, and Byron all decided that that Cobra Moon was going to get that slot and not Nightclaw.
Yeah, thanks for doing a lot of these nominations while I was in a meeting at work, guys. Thanks.
What am I supposed to do? The world keeps turning, man. We had to go because we were supposed to do these last week, so we were in a rush to get them all out. We had a whole extra week. So
we have
I had to hear a bunch of boring shit about airplane valves. Woo.
And your winner of Best New Performer is Daj, Dragon Azteca Jr. Or Aztec Dragon, El Hijo of Dragon Aztecs.
What did Melissa call him at the...
That's what they call him. They call him Aztec Dragon.
They call him Aztec Dragon Jr.
At the Lucha World Cup.
Yeah, that's what they call him in Triple H's period now.
Yeah,
Aztec
I don't know
Jr.?
why, but yeah, they call him Aztec.
Yeah, that was his name on his dressing room door and everything. Like, Melissa didn't fuck that up. I know that's hard to believe.
Okay. AAA fucked it up.
Yeah, for some reason, that's what they call him.
Yeah, that's fine. But what do you think about him coming in this character and not his other gimmick?
Dude, I know they were going to give him a new character anyway because it's not like Ray Horace was a big name, like Dr. Wagner or something that you can't really change him.
Yeah.
And we knew you were going to have a Dragon Azteca coming in soon. And I figured it was him at the end of the first season. I was like the one person that got that right. You're welcome. Go back and look at the tweets maybe. But he's On the indies, he's been one of the guys that I'm like, you got to watch this dude. He's fucking great.
Yeah, didn't he have a huge match with Dragon Lee?
He did, but Dragon Lee fucked him up in that match.
Ooh.
And that's where he took the move wrong and had a stinger. But yeah, he's like an incredible wrestler. I definitely think like above and beyond, other than Nightclaw, he would be the person that I would vote to win this.
Doesn't he have Ray Horse is still kind of like a Rey Mysterio tribute gimmick, right?
Yeah, kind of, but now when he wrestles, he has kind of like a half Dragon Azteca mask when he wrestles.
Yeah, but Azteca is also, they basically just took him and sort of modified it slightly, put a Lucha Underground flavor on it, but he's still wrestling with that Rey Mysterio sort of lineage, Lucha.
Right, and they did that so that he could be one of the representatives of the tribes.
Yeah.
Right.
He's awesome. I can't wait to see more of him fighting people who aren't Black Lotus.
Well, and it's weird because I feel like right now he's hovering in this weird, semi-mid-carder status. But though he got the run-in this week, he got the save or whatever, which was a big moment. That was like one of the big spots, especially.
It was the end of the episode, basically, as far as in-ring action went. So
yeah,
he saved Ray. That's awesome.
But I almost feel like him living in Ray's shadow is going to hurt him as a character now. Like, I think it was great for the introduction, but he needs to find a good feud. I don't know who that feud is with. Maybe a Tejano or something like that. I don't know. Like, if you could get him in a feud with Tejano and Cage somehow, or some of those other guys that are big dudes, bigger than him, I think it would help to elevate his status as being in the top tier as opposed to being in the mid rung.
Justin, what about Matanza?
What about Matanza, dude? I can't wait till season 5 when he finally loses the fucking belt. What do you mean, what about Matanza?
Dragon Azteca Jr. He's a big athletic guy, too.
Well, yes, but Matanza at this point, I don't see them ever taking the belt off Matanza. I mean, if there's 20 more names on the Dial of Doom or whatever, and
wait until it lands on
he's beaten everybody at the top of the card. I mean, it's going to have to take some fucking a cinder block from heaven match where cinder blocks are just falling from the sky the whole time to beat Matanza at this point.
It is interesting
I heard that he jobs to an anvil. I read it in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that they drop an anvil on his head and pin him.
That's the spoiler?
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me. Let me just put it to you that way. That's about the only way you're going to beat him.
It is surprising that the guy who is undefeated, who is the champion, and who literally beat the whole roster in one match, only got 25% of the votes for best new performer. Like, what else was he supposed to do?
But at the same time, I think that is because...
Good point.
Because he was given a gimmick to be a world beater, and some of these other performers really had to go out and earn it a little bit more. I mean, like, his spot... there could have been other people in his spot that would have probably still made it great.
Well, I think the Matanza character is sort of holding him back like early Undertaker, where he's given a lumbering heel monster type gimmick, so he can't do the pizza DDT and get the big pops, Which
but that's go to an indie show, guys. Case Fabe's gonna get mad at me, but go watch Jeff Cobb on an indie show.
Whoa!
You'll see him run the ropes. You'll see him do exciting stuff and still do some of the power spots, and you'll get to see the full breadth of how the guy can wrestle. And then, honestly, that's gonna give you even more appreciation for what he's doing here.
I don't know what this has to do with Matanza, but I have to say that Jeff Cobb is a great wrestler, and he's a really nice guy. And I like him as a person and as a wrestler, and I support anything he does, even if it has nothing to do with Matanza.
Yeah, and you just got to know, this is a guy who can do a 25-minute match of, crazy high spots and fun running around kind of stuff. That's all I'm going to say.
I've seen them do some similar shit. Maybe he's a big fan of Matanza. Who isn't?
Exactly. Well, I believe Jeff said that Matanza was a gimmick-stealing son of a bitch, right?
Oh, that makes sense. They should fight.
because Jeff didn't make the PWI 500 and Matanza did, I think.
Did. They also thought that the AR Fox was kill shot, so...
and I believe Dragon Azteca Jr. and Ray Horace both made it? Wasn't that?
No, it was Cuerno and Hijo de Fantasma.
That's what it was. He's got to be sitting there going, "Really? I made it twice?"
He said it was ooh la
la.
Amazing. All right. So moving on, best standalone vignette. So this is a best standalone vignette, not tied to a huge storyline.
Gotcha.
Your nominees are 37 confirmed kills, the kill shot vignette.
Fucking right.
The Perfect Woman, the Taya vignette.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
423 Get Fame. Talking the original car commercial 423 Get Fame one.
Robber to a robber.
And the season opener, A Much Darker Place, which even though it had storylines that kind of continued, was kind of its own thing with Vamp getting out of the asylum and whatnot.
That was so cool.
Yeah. Okay. I personally would have picked, of course, the first one.
37 confirmed kills?
That was dope, dude. That was the shit. I was a big G.I. Joe mark as a kid.
I was too. I voted for A Much Darker Place. I think the cinematic intro with Vampiro in the asylum, I think that was just so well done. And then it had the badass car. And I thought that was the best one for me.
I really liked one that didn't get nominated, which was the Moth family one. That was, I think it was how they introduced Mariposa.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope.
And the book, and the Moth Tribe book, which was blank. I loved that. Was phenomenal too.
Yeah, how did that not even get nominated? We might not have even thought of that one.
Well, all the new characters.
The fucking meeting is why.
All the new characters got a vignette. So Taya got one. Cobra Moon got one.
Where the fuck's Nightclaw's vignette?
Nightclaw had the meeting with Dario, where Dario's like,
and he's like, "Oh, I want a saucer full of milk. Give me a saucer full of milk.
Do a bunch of flips while wearing cat gloves.
Give me some catnip, motherfucker." That's how he's a cat, dude. He likes catnip. And then he's like, "Your tribe is full of bitches."
I don't know. He was on fire at Ultima Lucha 2. I really look forward to seeing him some more.
Yeah, he wasn't in the season 3. He wasn't in the season 3 preview though.
Which one?
I didn't see him in the season 3 preview at all. Did you?
Oh, it's because what Nightclaw does in season 3 is so awesome that they don't want to spoil it.
Oh yeah.
I hope he's still around. I mean, he's a good performer, and I don't think he's got a permanent home anywhere else right now. So, well, the winners in a tie.
Ooh.
Are, and one was slightly ahead of the other one. I don't know exactly what that means, but I think they got the same amount of votes. I think there's just no way to do a 0.5 in here. The winners are 423 Get Fame and A Much Darker Place.
Huh.
Both with 33.5% of the vote.
You know, I start to think that I look for different things in wrestling than a lot of our listeners do, but that's cool.
Well, I mean, I think that,
those are good segments, though.
I'm happy for Famous B, though. Look, a lot of people popped for that. A lot of people called the phone number, and it kind of turned into a bigger ongoing gimmick. And there's a lot of Vampiro fans, too. You got to know that. I mean, Vampiro is super fucking over. So
the Get Fame thing just completely...
We got Funny Bone on the show this week?
Oh.
From Freak Show Wrestling. Just make people think I'm Funny Bone the whole time. That might get us some people.
I saw Funny Bone. He's awesome.
Dude, Funny Bone is wrestling someone awesome soon in Vegas, and I forget who, but it looked great.
Cody's going to show. He's going to fight Cody. I saw he had a cage match before the Kevin Cross, Matt Broken Hardy match. He had a cage match too, and it was really awesome. And then Sin Bodhi came in, and everyone was cheering, and Sin Bodhi turned on him. And I was really wondering why anyone was paying attention to Sin Bodhi in the ring.
Because he's fucking Kazarni, bro. Fizuk is you, big zitch.
Nice.
I think I fucked that up, but...
Yeah, but who wouldn't? So yeah, that was our first tie, and I think I voted for 37 confirmed kills too. That really made me actually very interested in Killshot's character, and that was after he had already debuted too, right? I mean,
yeah. It was when like the first part of the season he was kind of a JTTS, which is old man internet lingo for Jobber to the Stars.
Savio Vega.
Yeah, basically, and or like Tito Santana. But then he came back with the military flair, so they needed it. It was like a reset button to his character, which I thought was a good idea.
Yeah, why not?
Take him seriously, you know?
There was nothing about the other stuff that he did that would have dissuaded that, so yeah, there was no reason not to do it.
He did have that good match with Johnny Mundo before that, though.
He did.
That was pretty cool. It was like first episode, maybe? But he lost.
Yeah, well, of
Just
course.
like Tito Santana.
All right, so moving on to the best official in the MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards. The best official, we're talking referees here, basically.
Oh, fucking Justin, let's go.
I have some beef with this poll.
Okay, so your nominees are the world-famous Justin Borden,
Woo!
the master of shots to the chin, Rick Knox. Rick Knox.
That sounds dirty.
And the head official of Lucha Underground, Marty Elias. Marty. As he throws his Gene Simmons kiss picks at you.
Let me tell you something. One of those guitar picks can hit someone in the eyeball, which is why I voted for everyone's favorite referee, Justin Borden.
Not my favorite.
I'm wondering how he got any votes.
Because I voted.
Well, without spoiling the result, I will just tell you right now that Justin did somehow get like 14% of the vote.
Yeah, dude. Alt accounts up. Woo! I don't have any alt accounts.
But your winner in a relatively landslide fashion, Marty Elias with 57% of the vote. That's our biggest win so far of any category. Oh, no, Dragon Azteca Jr. was 63%. But Marty Elias pretty handily won that one. Rick Knox was up there with 29%, though. Rick definitely has some fans, and Rick is a solid referee. But Marty Elias, I was noticing at Triplemania just how his pacing is so much better than a lot of other referees out there. And I'll get into Triplemania in a minute because we haven't talked about that yet. But Marty Elias wins that one, which is great. Byron and I talked to him a little bit at the Lucha Underground Season 2 finale.
Yes.
He's the man.
He's got some great stories, too. And I mean, he really is the third man involved in all those matches, and you start to take it for granted. But then you talk to Marty about some of those matches that he's reffed, and you're just like, damn, that's amazing. I mean,
Dude,
it's like,
he reffed Taker Sean, the good one.
it's pretty cool. Like, he's just got some unique perspectives on stuff, and he's really a great referee. And part of the style of Lucha Underground has really been dictated by Marty. I mean, he really created a good portion of what they're doing there. So I think he deserves it, especially this year. Maybe if Rick takes about 5 or 6 more super kicks that the fans really like, maybe he'll get it next year.
Hey, guys,
Justin
I think if
Borden
I
has
take
no
my
chance.
hat off, it makes me look like I have Ron Simmons' hairline.
You look good. No, that's a good look for you. You look like Ron Cheney.
Damn.
Farouking it up.
He has the same hairline as Colobus from Clash of the Titans. Shout out to my nerds.
That's a good reference.
Here's
Great
a tough
reference.
one, guys. This is an interesting one, and I think this is going to be even harder next year. But this is the award for the best flippy shit guy in Lucha Underground in our 2016 MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards. The best
I
flippy
got
shit.
it, and I placed the first vote, and I tried to get you to close the poll. So I'm interested to see how it turned out because it wouldn't let you close the poll.
This one was fairly close the whole time, and actually during the polling, this one was going back and forth a lot, and this one got a lot of votes.
I was watching it, getting disgusted, threw up in my mouth a little.
The winner of Best Flippy Shit Guy in the MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards is Prince Puma.
Wait, we didn't list the people.
Oh, your nominees are Aerostar, Jack Evans, Prince Puma, and Johnny Mundo.
I voted Jack Evans.
And it was tough to not put Killshot in this category as well. So I don't know if that would have changed things much. In fact, I think that probably would have just stolen votes from Jack Evans, if anything. But everybody got votes. Mundo got crushed, though. Mundo only got 10%. And I think people, because of his physique and build, discount him as a flippy shit guy. But he's a flippy shit guy.
He's a flippy shit guy.
I think it's just because Jack Evans is better than Johnny Mundo in every way.
He is. Well, here's the interesting thing.
Sorry.
Puma won with 40% of the votes. The man who invented Puma's finish got 30% of the votes.
Yeah, it's like, hey, why don't you guys see who invented the 630, all right?
Well, and look, I think that Jack Evans probably deserved it, and it's funny because if Ricochet was in Lucha Underground, I'd probably give it to Ricochet, but I wouldn't give it to Prince Puma. I don't believe that as Prince Puma, he's performing in the same flippy shit style that he does elsewhere at all.
I don't know what you're talking about, but
I'm talking about the fact that I feel like some of these votes came from Japan, if you know what I'm saying. I feel like some of these votes came from England.
I voted for Puma.
But why? Based on his Lucha Underground performances?
Yeah, he's still a luchador. He still does the rawness. He still does all the crazy high-flying stuff. And his finish is off the top rope.
Okay.
And then he had that match with Ray.
Jack Evans, the true innovator of Lucha Underground and the inventor of modern Lucha Libre.
But I'm also weighing into that Prince Puma is kind of like the biggest deal at the Temple. Jack Evans, I think he's a good second place.
Look, there's no arguing that Prince Puma is higher up the card, but I think I've seen, honestly, in Season 2 specifically, I've seen more impressive flippy shit from Mundo, like in the Cage in a Cage match.
Yeah.
And from Jack Evans in any match that he's in. I've seen more impressive flippy shit stuff from them, and it's not Puma's fault. I think that his matches have been written and agented, and the people that he's been up against a certain way that he's not doing all the stuff that he's necessarily capable of. But at the same time, I think for Season 2 of Lucha Underground, Prince Puma is not the right choice for that award.
Hey, Byron, if he figured out how to do a flip before he gave someone the asshole poke, would you have voted for Jack?
No, what would you call that? Is that like a Space Tiger butthole punch?
No, like if the guy's face down on the mat and then he does a shooting star press and then does it.
Oh, yeah.
It depends, because one time he did it as the Shocker, where he was like...
He did it in the corner.
He gave the Shocker one time.
Gang sign, by the way.
No, but what?
I called it the Shocker.
Yeah. No, but what's the move where you're going corner to corner and you do kind of like a cartwheel backflip and then something?
Backspring elbow?
Yeah.
That's a... But then
Byron's confusing it with the space flying tiger drop, which is over the top rope.
Yeah, it's like the setup to space.
It's just a handspring elbow, dude.
And then so you do like the flippy stuff into the...
What are you on about?
Gentle.
Anyway, it's the Shocker, because he did it like this.
He did the flippy stuff, and then Jack finished the flippy stuff with the Shocker into Phoenix.
I can't wait for him to wrestle Sexy Star, and it's just...
Oh, man. Sexy Star's a boxer, dude. She's going to knock people's heads off.
She punches holes into brick walls, so...
Now, listen. Listen here. We're getting on to our next award. Best Specialty Match in Lucha Underground. Best Specialty Match. Your nominees are... I'll read the nominees this time. Sorry, I fucked it up last time. Graver Consequences.
Yes.
Nunchucks.
Fucking dope.
Cage in a Cage.
Great match.
Aztec Warfare.
Good.
Gift of the Gods did not make it this time, but there was variations on Gift of the Gods last year. There was the elimination one, and then the straightforward one.
Yeah.
They were all like elimination matches.
I think the
one that Cage won, was it? I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't. It was just a straight 7-man. Whoever wins.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I think now they're all elimination. I think they've switched it to be an elimination style.
Yeah, because Cage had Chavo get pinned, had Chavo win and fucked it up for everyone.
So your winner, in a close one with 35% of the vote, Aztec Warfare.
Yeah.
It's everyone's favorite specialty match, and it's a game changer. I think that's the reason why Aztec Warfare appeals to people. It is, it's not like Royal Rumble in its content, but it is like Royal Rumble in its implications in Lucha Underground.
This year it was a lot like Royal Rumble in its content because WWE stole the fucking finish from Aztec Warfare's tapings.
They really did. It was really, really obvious.
Which all of you that say I'm full of shit realize that Aztec Warfare was taped about 3 months before the Royal Rumble, okay? Then get back to me.
And it was heavily spoilered. It was one of the moments from last year that was heavily spoilered.
Because it was Ray's debut, so fucking news got everywhere.
Right. Yeah. In fact, it might have been the most spoilered thing last year, even more than title changes.
Yeah.
It kind of usually is the most spoilered event of the season. But it's the biggest event, too. I mean, it's the most...
Season event. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the most Lucha Underground match that they have. I think DJ said he and Roach had been writing a match like that, trying to come up with that match and developing it for many years. And now at Lucha Underground, they're able to really implement it. It's kind of about a Royal or Royal Rumble, but it's pretty unique for that type of match.
Well, I'm glad they're doing the Weapons of Mass Destruction thing because, I mean, Lucha Underground has kind of created their own gimmick matches, but I was almost hoping that they would keep evolving over time and turn into different stuff. But I guess they kind of have. Believers Backlash is evolving, and like we just said, Gift of the Gods has kind of evolved into an elimination style thing, and so maybe Aztec Warfare. I wonder if there's ways to switch it up, or if they can just keep throwing in new, exciting ones like nunchucks and I'm glad that they're keeping their cage matches more traditional style, though, because everyone has tried to modify the cage match or make it into a King of the Mountain or, Hell in a Cell or this, that, and the other thing. It's like, let's just have a cage match.
I can't wait for the swords match in Season 3.
Are they going to do that? I don't know what's going on with all the swords.
Spoilers. I'm sorry.
People are stupid, too, man. People are like, was that the same sword getting dragged across the ground that Dog... No, one was like a sword on the end of a spear, people. Like
one wasn't even a fucking sword. How about that?
Oh, I couldn't... It got to a point where I couldn't listen to people talk about the trailer anymore. Or the poster.
Like some people talk about the trailer. They're asking DJ who the lady with the red hair was.
Wow.
Like, I've never watched the show before.
Yeah, and more people thinking that Phoenix was Ray. Which DJ confirmed it's Phoenix. Yeah.
With Melissa?
The guy in the Phoenix mask standing next
to Phoenix's car? With the fucking Firebird on?
Confirmed.
You gotta not watch trailers on a fucking cell phone, okay?
Well, dude, honestly, the first time I saw it, was like, I told you, the Chavo thing had me thinking it was Jessica Havoc.
Fucking J-Man thought Katrina was Sammy Callahan. Vice versa.
Okay, we can't be too mad at some people then. Like, just don't go on the internet before you watch it on a big screen. Don't comment on this shit off your phone.
Yes.
Because, I mean, those are like, some of those aren't even 2-second clips. And you can't tell what's going on in a 2-second clip from your fucking cell phone.
Yeah.
Wait, we got some more awards, don't we? I'm sorry, I'm just chewing and wooing. Woo! Woo!
Yes, we do. We have our favorite announce team personality.
Oh, God. Wow. Who are the nominees, Byron?
We have Vampiro, Melissa Santos, and Matt. How do you pronounce that?
Matthew
3K.
Striker.
3K. It's French.
It's 3K.
3K?
Yeah.
For Matt Striker?
No, it's pronounced 3K. He's French.
And so, who's the loser, Byron?
Well, with 8% of the vote, we have Matt Striker.
As the loser.
Who
Everybody else won.
Matt Striker, objectively, is the one who probably does the most work.
And it's probably yeah. He's awesome. Striker's awesome.
Yeah, we all love Striker.
Striker's great, but he's the one that like if you need something said or done, like he's the one who does it.
And he's broed me out personally, like so many times. Like I felt bad when I saw these results. Like Matt will always come up and talk at the temple, always say hi.
He's so nice.
Yes.
He's so nice. You people are dicks.
Like if I needed to get a message to Vampiro or EV Dub, he's always taking it to him. Like
if you needed to talk, someone else will help you out.
If you need a ride from the fucking mental hospital, he's there for you.
When I had that rash, he totally talked to me about it and like commiserated with me, and it was like it was really nice.
Are you saying he's an expert in rashes?
He's saying he's the one who gave him the rash.
I'm saying if you ever have leaky staph issues, Striker can definitely tell you about it.
I don't want my staph leaking.
Anyway, yeah. So basically, Vampiro and Melissa both tied at 46%. In a dead tie for best announced team personality. So Melissa Santos, Vampiro, congratulations! You're both winners of a Luchi. What are we calling this award?
And
me.
If there's a tiebreaker, that the award should go to the person that didn't fuck Pentagon out of a title win.
Oh, so you're giving it to Melissa?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Byron would disagree.
I'm sorry, Byron's not a real Pentagon fan. In his Alberto Del Rio shirt.
Pride and dignity. That's what Alberto stands for, and that's what I stand for.
And not putting over Pentagon.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Melissa Santos fan, and I think she can do no wrong, literally, even when she does. But at the same time, I might not even be doing this show right now or watching wrestling were it not for Vampiro and his old school WCW run. And
cool shit.
I love him on the commentary on this show too. I think he's just part of the heart and soul of the whole fucking product. So,
no, and you know how you can tell how much you love Vampiro on commentary is when they replaced him at Ultima Lucha 1. You fucking missed him the whole time.
Yeah, it was awful.
At least I did.
It wasn't awful, but it wasn't good.
Well, I didn't think it was bad at all.
I like Chevello's other work. I wasn't buying it instead of Vampiro, dude. You need a gritty dude that's seen some shit.
I feel like Chevello and Striker are too similar in a lot of ways. Like they're your straight guy with hype, and they were just kind of going back and forth doing the same thing. You didn't have that other guy there. You didn't have a color commentator. Basically, you had two lead announcers.
Yeah, and then you're just stepping all over each other.
Yeah, and honestly, in that moment, but I got to tell you, honestly, I kind of blame Striker for that. In that moment, you have Chevello coming in, and he's a little colder to the product. He's got to do more of a straight thing, and I would have liked to have seen Striker maybe go a little more heel color commentary just that day.
You want Striker?
You know what I like that Striker did there, though, is that before the show, he came over to all of us, and he's like, "This is my friend Michael. He'll be joining us on commentary today." He introduced them to all fans. I'm not bullshitting. He seriously fucking did that, and I thought that was cool of him.
Well, and it's funny because I think a lot of those guys probably didn't know who he was, but being a huge MMA and wrestling mark myself, I knew who Chevello was. I mean, he does a lot of kickboxing too, a ton of kickboxing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it was Boss Root.
It's funny because we probably should have put Chevello on this list just to round it out and have 4. That would have been funny.
I would have put
Season
Boss Rutan on the list, even though he had nothing to do with Lucha Underground, and I would have voted for him because he's my favorite commentator in fucking anything in life.
All right, here comes another fun award for you guys.
Sorry, I just saw the fourth person on this list.
Yeah, I didn't know this either. Best tough guy. Best tough guy. So we're talking like a badass bruiser in Lucha Underground.
Oh, I hope it's Jack Evans.
Your nominees are... No, Jack did not make the nomination list. Your nominees are Tejano,
Yeah?
Cage,
Yeah?
Daga,
All right.
PJ Black.
Wow.
And your winner with 48% of the vote,
PJ Black.
Cage. The man, Cage.
Whose idea was PJ Black?
Well, here's the thing, Casey. PJ Black got more votes than Daga.
You know what? As he probably should. Because all Daga did was fucking lose.
But Daga is tough as fuck, man. With his strong style wrestling, he's fucking badass. Like, he should be in Japan or something. Like, I think he just got no respect.
I love Daga. Daga's a great wrestler.
Tejano was leading this poll for quite a while, and then the Cage fans came out of the woodwork and put him over the top. But Tejano got 37%. I voted for Tejano.
Yeah,
I would vote for Tejano.
Daga...
I remember PJ Black being on there, though, so I might have voted for him.
Daga got a big fat goose egg. He is our other zero. I can't believe that Daga got 0. I thought at least one of the ladies who thought he was hot or something would vote for Daga.
Yeah.
And PJ Black got 15%. Yeah, maybe Daga lost to the Tejano vote.
Cobra Moon should have voted for Daga.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah, I don't know. That whole storyline is weird. We didn't see any of that in the premiere episode. I wonder where that's going.
I wonder where Nightclaw was.
Probably hanging out with Daga.
I'm going to say that on every episode until I see Nightclaw.
Nightclaw was on fire. They should have him wrestle again.
Well, maybe he'll get the winner of Killshot and Marty.
I just want Nightclaw to come on our show.
Call him up. Does he speak English? Oh, he speaks Bane.
Yeah. Byron, you're a piece of shit.
What?
Feud.
He sent me a signed picture saying that we're friends. He said amigos on it.
Feud.
That was
2016.
not Nightclaw. That was Octagon Jr., who has disappeared off the face of the earth and is probably dead. So that's a collector's item.
Ooh.
Yeah, Octagon Jr. is buried.
All
right. The nominees for Best Feud are Pentagon and Matanza, Worldwide Underground versus the Dream Team, Marty versus Killshot, which is still going on. So that was kind of a later in the season one. And Dario versus Katrina. And the winner of your Best Feud in the 2016 MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards, the Luchi goes to Dario versus Katrina.
Yeah.
Katrina's second big win. Dario's first big win.
I'm going to count that as a win for graver consequences because that was the accumulation of that feud, and nobody else. It didn't win anything else, so I got to take it.
It's hard to argue against that for two reasons. One, especially after seeing Katrina's ring outfit from this week's show, you don't vote against Katrina in any category. But two,
what did you put against Katrina?
No, it's just that, especially after seeing her ring outfit from this past show, which we had great seats for. You always vote for Katrina. She's fantastic. But also that this feud had the biggest implications out of any other feud. This is fighting over control of the temple and the championship, and that makes it just by default so much more important than all the other ones. I don't know why Killshot's feuding with a ref though. That's weird.
Not that Marty. Marty the Moth.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah, that makes a little more sense. As I'm scrolling up here, I'll throw a shout out to Colin Herbert.
Yes.
His article, his Curtain Jerker article on the Season 3 stuff was really awesome because he doesn't know a lot of what we know about Season 3, so he can write this purely speculative conjecture, and I can't confirm or deny some of it, but some of it is on the money and some of it is so far off base. But it's really awesome. It got a lot of people pumped for season 3. I think he got a ton of hits.
It's all wrong. He's just being nice. Everything you wrote is wrong. I'm sorry.
He also retweeted our live stream right now.
Oh yeah,
so get on Colin Hebert's.
Right. Every single thing was right. You should read that article.
Anyway, check out Colin Hebert's articles whenever he writes them. They're awesome.
Yeah, he's a good dude too.
Yeah, and he's an Ohio guy. Moving on.
Oh, that's
Best Rudo. Best Rudo.
This
is one of the biggest landslides. The nominees are Johnny Mundo, Famous B, Jack Evans, and Marty the Moth Martinez. And your winner of Best Rudo in the 2016 MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards, the Lucha goes to Johnny Mundo with 70% of the vote. You are a heel, Johnny.
You know what?
You guys are probably thinking Jack Evans should get this, but I'm here to tell you.
Evans should get this because you know what? Jack wore his fucking merch to talk to Dario when fucking Mundo was wearing regular ass glasses, no crosses. What the fuck was that this week?
Well, I know, but I'm here to tell you, man. Like when I took my newbies to Lucha Underground last, they were over the moon about Johnny Mundo and how awesome a heel he was. I mean, and they like Jack too, but dude, Mundo is just he has turned a corner in his overall performance. And don't forget, he had a lot of AutoZone spots too. I mean, you just can't compete with that. Best Rudo.
Mundo.
Charlie, I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
I'm angry just because I hate Johnny Mundo so much. I just want to boo and give him my middle finger every time we talk about him.
Now, I took some shit for this one because of 2 people that weren't in here, 2 or 3 people that weren't in here. Mil Muertes wasn't in here. Matanza was not nominated, and Pentagon was not nominated.
Hey, can I respond to that? Because
please do.
No.
Okay, listen, people. The reason that Matanza, Mil Muertes, and Pentagon were not in this poll is because they are not bad people. Every single thing they have done is completely justified and good. Thank you. All that Matanza's doing, look, you're calling him a bad guy just because the homeboy is mentally handicapped? Dude is fucking just fighting for his brother's love and honor and maybe some, like, SpaghettiOs. Fucking Pentagon, everything he's done, correct and right. I'm sorry. Look, some of you might say,
randomly breaking people's arms is clearly Rudo. Come on.
To be fair, those people had it coming.
What are arms for? For breaking. It's like, how are you going to punctuate a win if it isn't breaking someone's arm? And some of you say, what about the time he went over and attacked the innocent ring announcer? Obviously, she was mean-mugging him, bro. Come on.
Well, I will put it to you this way. I'll put it in simpler terms. Mil Muertes is a Rudo, but he doesn't speak. And
he speaks enough. Look, he speaks
occasionally, but he's not. He's also not a Rudo in the same regards that some of these other guys are. He's not. He just kind of does tough guy stuff, and he's not really actively looking to do bad things as much as Katrina is
for people to walk a mile in Mil Muertes' shoes, and then they'll see how justified you are. I'd like to see you be such a nice person when you've died 2 times, motherfuckers.
And his family died in the big earthquake of Mexico City.
He's an orphan, like Batman. Is Batman a bad person? No.
And I'll agree with the Matanza thing. Matanza might be a huge babyface as far as we know, but Dario is the heel that's controlling him. And then Pentagon is actually a tweener. He does Rudo stuff, but it gets him over, and that is the classic definition of a tweener. From the time that Steve Austin was doing it, and when The Rock was doing it, and any of those guys, to the point where they did it so well that they had to get face turned. Pentagon is the same thing. Like, he is a true heel in the nature of what he does, true Rudo, but at the same time, he is so over that you cannot put him in a Rudo category.
And also, look, if not taking any shit and breaking a couple arms makes you a bad person, well then I'm a piece of shit.
Well, I think the funny thing is,
I'll
break your arm, Byron.
try.
As good and evil. What believers.
Ooh, I think we lost Justin.
Pentagon.
What happened? Where's Justin?
Okay,
Casey,
there we go.
All right, you and me, let's do it. So,
I think
What's
the
the
whole
next
thing
category?
just died for a minute.
Casey, I'm
Next
surprised you didn't
category,
show up to my house to do a webcast.
Well, you can't have a favorite Rudo without having a favorite Technico.
Yes. This is going to be a good one.
All right, Byron, read them off.
All right, your contenders for Primero Técnico and El Lucha Underground, the underground fights, struggles, if you Google Translate, we have Son of Havoc, Rey Mysterio. I can't really make this out. Can you read the third one, Casey? Are you looking at the list?
No. I'm looking at the video of this conversation. I can't see the list. Just fucking read it.
The third one is Sexy Star. And the fourth one is Phoenix.
Wow.
If you're from Tennessee.
Yeah. It's also Matunza if you're from Tennessee.
Matunza.
Look, let me tell you the definition of a technico for people that don't know. It's someone that's not willing to do whatever it takes to win and cries about everything.
You guys are horrible.
That's the definition of a technico, because you know what? If you're not willing to kick someone in the dick, you're not trying.
I'm trying. I'm always trying.
Dick Kick City.
Who's the winner, Byron? And the winner is...
We got, with 15% of the vote, we have a tie between Son of Havoc and Rey Mysterio, which is weird that those two would be equals in any poll.
Mm-hmm.
No offense to Son of Havoc.
Except for maybe the height poll.
Yes, and now above them, with over double, with 31%, we have Sexy Star. Sexy Star is twice as good as Rey Mysterio, Casey. But
yeah, our listeners suck, man.
But with 39% of the vote,
wow.
Phoenix, former Lucha champion, former Gift of the Gods champion, current
Trios champion.
Trios champion. The first
Triple Crown champion.
They all are Triple Crown.
He's the first ever Triple Crown. Whatever.
Lucha Underground champion.
He won the Preakness, and no.
And he's undefeated. Is he undefeated?
No.
He's undefeated in Graver Consequence matches.
Because Mill just killed him in a non-Graver Consequences match. That's inconsequential, sir.
He's undefeated in all the matches he's won.
There we go.
He makes the most duck faces you can ever imagine for someone who actually wears a mask.
You know how your mom tells you your face will freeze that way? I think his did.
Hey, did you guys see the Pentagon, the Phoenix costumes?
Yeah, it was Phoenix. But yeah, it was great.
I thought it was okay.
Dude, those guys.
I thought it was awesome, like a Pentagon mask, but with the Phoenix Rooster thing. Dope as hell.
I like Pentagon's Hayabusa masks. Those are really badass.
Yeah. You think Phoenix would be a big Hayabusa fan, since they basically have the same name?
I don't know, man. The Phoenix mask might be the first mask I buy. That or a Killshot mask.
I like their older duo masks, where they weren't the same mask. So
where Pentagons look like Wolverine, kind of?
Yeah, and then Phoenix had some of the Pentagon stuff, but they weren't the same mask.
I think Hoke has that mask, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
I know someone bought them, and then he sold them to buy a different mask.
Yeah. There's more than one copy of that mask floating around is the thing.
All right, so I got to ask you guys, do you guys agree with Phoenix here? I was absolutely shocked that Rey Mysterio did not win this category.
I have a question. How come Puma isn't on the list?
Because Puma was acting like an asshole at the end of the season.
Yeah, because he didn't go out of the season really as a true Technico.
That's true.
I mean, the whole second half of the season, he was kind of wishy-washy in his Technico-ness.
That's true.
Hey, he stole the flippy shit from Jack Evans, so
he got
there's your award.
How come Jack Evans isn't on this list?
I know, because he's number one in all of our hearts.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you guys agree, though, that Phoenix over Ray here? This one was surprising to me. And I like Phoenix as a babyface.
Done in the season, because this season, he won all 3 titles this season. Because he lost the Gift of the Gods and won it back, so he literally won all 3 of the Triple Crown titles this season. So that's as big of a fucking thing as you can, dude. If there was a wrestler of the year, it should be the guy that won all 3 titles.
Yeah, Ray is he's still more of like a legacy wrestler for season 2. You know,
well, I mean, and he is Ray is one of the top faces in the company, and by that I don't mean just baby faces. I mean like faces of the product, right. Which is why I think I just expected him. I tend to agree with the Phoenix call more. I just didn't think other people out there would say that. I thought people would look at that list and see Rey Mysterio's name on it and just click Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, and I think people voted for Sexy Star to piss me off. Come
on. But I would expect Ray to be second place. You know, I would expect Ray to have more than half of Sexy Star.
Sexy is the one on this list that is currently holding a title and, had the match of the year. No Mas was considered the match of the year. All right. Here it is, guys. The final, the last, the penultimate, the ultimate, the final, the coup de grace, the moment you've all been waiting for, the thing that you have sat through all the commercials on this way too long extended broadcast that has gone on forever and ever.
Sorry, Josh.
The part of the show that Josh will never see. The final award for Luchador of the Year. The nominees are Pentagon Jr. / Dark, Rey Mysterio Jr., Matanza Cueto, and Mil Muertes. And your winner, with 48% of the vote, the Luchador of the Year for 2016 MMMshow Lucha Underground Awards is Pentagon Dark.
You know what, listeners? You've redeemed yourself in my eyes. At least half of you did.
Shh. I love it. Man, I was actually mad in that match yesterday when people were still talking and making noise when Pentagon went to light up that man's chest. Like, be quiet. Don't you guys know how this goes? Shut your mouth.
AAW, people were paying him $100 to chop them.
One of those forward chops?
Yeah.
Fuck no. No, he would have to give me $300 to do one of those at least.
What kind of mark would do that?
Byron, shut it. Look.
No,
I'm pretty sure the last time I saw you go to a wrestling show, you came back with like photos with you and the champ and you and Katrina and like you are a huge mark. You bought shirts. Did you buy me a shirt, by the way? You didn't. Did you?
I did. It's somewhere around here.
All right.
He bought you a Senior Benjamin shirt.
Oh, I would love that shirt. Senior Benjamin's awesome.
That would be awesome. All right, so the last thing I want to close with today before we get out of here, I quickly want to talk about, because we promised to do it, we were going to actually do a full review of the show if we had done our show last week, but we didn't. Triplemania. Did you guys see this show? Byron, did you ever watch this thing?
No.
You guys never watched Triplemania this year, huh?
I was traveling around too much. I want to watch it, but...
it's going to be on TV in a week, which means it's going to be on YouTube for free. But I didn't watch out of protest because I think they're doing my boys dirty in AAA, and I don't like it.
Well, I mean, and that was kind of what came out of the show. The show was, it was decent. There was a lot of Lucha Underground stuff on the show, and Lucha Underground performers in various lights. The opening match even had some ex-Lucha performers like Hernandez, and Pimpinella was there. But
Baby nuts. Baby nuts.
Baby nuts.
And even at this point, it's been a couple weeks since I've seen the show, so I can't remember everything back and forth. There was a big hair and mask versus mask match with Pagano and Psycho Clown that headlined the bill.
That was dope. I did watch that match.
And that felt like the one match that really should have been there and really was on target story-wise and made the most sense for the whole show. My favorite thing was something in that match that you would not ever get in the States, which was when the blood started flowing everywhere and the barbed wire started coming out. They kept cutting to shots of like little girls in the crowd just crying their heads off, just bawling.
That was dope. AAA is good for that. If they see kids crying, they're going to fucking cut to them, and I commend them for this.
And it goes to show you, like, the Triplemania crowd is a relatively casual crowd, believe it or not. I mean, these are not necessarily hardcore wrestling fans. These are the people that come out of the woodwork for the one big show. They don't necessarily know all the storylines, whatever. But yeah, you have all these families and little kids and whatever, and they're just like, the clown is bleeding everywhere.
Which is funny because that shows how powerful his face turn was when the kids used to be horrified of the clowns because they would literally grab kids from ringside and try to stuff them in a sack.
Yeah. Amazing storyline. Like, the whole thing, and if anyone's ever wondering, Casey's right, that's exactly why all these clowns are over so much. And there's a million of them. Like, the clown gimmick in general is the hot shit in Mexico.
Can't have a party without clowns, my friends.
Anyway, that was a great match. Wagner kind of coming out at the finish to officiate everything was dope. The Lucha Underground stuff was a bit strange. I mean, Vampiro basically was the whole introduction.
Yeah, they got jobber entrances. What the fuck?
And they got jobber entrances, but Marty was surprisingly good considering, he's playing this weird character and he's taking it down to Mexico. I was kind of proud of him for just getting in there and doing it, and that was a big crowd for him.
Yeah, and it's people that don't know him because Lucha Underground's not airing there. And he doesn't have an angle like some of the guys like Mundo does. Oh, which if you want to hear me bitch, get to that.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about next. I wanted to talk about, Angelico and Jack and, what happened to your boy Pentagon.
Well, first, Angelico and Jack, that tag title thing?
Yeah.
Phoenix was supposed to be in that match, as most of you know. Phoenix is no longer with AAA, apparently. Yeah. Left the company, and they continued to advertise him up until the day of the show. Despite him not being there, which is fucked up, but it's pro wrestling. That shit happens all the time. The big rumor was that Pentagon was going to leave the show. Or leave AAA.
Why would he do that if Phoenix wasn't going to be there?
Yeah, and Phoenix...
Almost like they're related or something.
Right. Apparently some shit went down at the Veracruz tapings that still hasn't, completely got out yet. It made Phoenix leave the promotion, and Pentagon is apparently iffy. And let me tell you, Pentagon leaves AAA, my viewership is probably leaving with him. Because it's not because I'm just a huge fucking Pentagon mark, which I am, and you guys aren't going to cut me a break on that anyway. But let's just say that them missing the boat on Pentagon is the most just fucking stupid shit in the world. The guy's super over. And talk to Conan.
He's super over up here, but he was at the best they ever booked him was as the top of the mid card. I mean, the belt he had was the Latin American belt or whatever?
Conan wanted to book Pentagon going over Alberto for the belt, and the Roldans wouldn't do it. And they probably wouldn't do it because Alberto wouldn't do it.
Well, I could understand that too. I mean, and they kind of had to bow down to him a little bit. He was a big performer, a big star for them.
And it's like he is consistently the most over guy on the roster, and he's consistently the one that's just booked like shit. Yeah, he won that title, but he lost it to Johnny Mundo unceremoniously, which, hey, that could have been because the dude's on his way out. Who knows? But if he
didn't even just lose it. He lost Taya in the process, too. And if you don't know, down in Mexico, Taya's in a stable with Pentagon, and they're pretty much the last remnants of the stable at this point, and they took her away and put her with Mundo. just mimicking the Lucha Underground gimmick with the Worldwide Underground, pretty much.
So they basically shit on Perros Del Mal, they shit on Perros Legacy, and they shit on Pentagon. And that doesn't really sit all that well with me when this is the guy they should be pushing. And I mean from a business standpoint. Like, even if he wasn't my favorite wrestler, I'd be pretty blind to see that he's not the most over guy. And if you ever listen to Keeping It 100 with Conan, whenever they do the Mass Republic Minute about Lucha News, he's dropped some knowledge on the Pentagon situation there, and he's getting pretty dicked over.
Yeah, I believe it.
They're taking bookings away from him too, right? That he's making in appearances.
They fucking did it to Gus.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy. Everywhere else except for AAA, Pentagon is a main event money draw. And there are indies in America who are either putting their belt on him or are lining up to put their belt on him because he's becoming one of the biggest draws in North America. He's only had like one match in Japan, I think, but
which is hilarious because his whole gimmick is Japanese style.
Yeah, right. But Cody Rhodes did a breakdown of his PWG Bola experience, and he said some great things. But the best thing he said was about Pentagon. He called him magnificent and said that WWE needs to sign him and blast his face everywhere. Like, this is a guy that is only held back by his limited exposure.
Well, but here's the thing. Going to WWE, he's not going to be able to take Pentagon Dark or Pentagon Jr.
Right.
I mean, I guess he could do some slight variation on the gimmick, but...
Yeah, but I don't think the name matters.
Out of the gimmick, do you think he would go over in WCW or WWE if he got a completely changed gimmick?
He can still wrestle the same. You can't do the pile driver, but his mask will still look pretty much the same, I think.
I think they would ruin him. Like, I think Cody's wrong. I
think they would ruin him too, but sometimes talent shines above shitty booking, but it hasn't in Pentagon's case in Mexico.
I don't know how well WWE would actually handle it, but it would make them a lot of money if they signed him and did proper business with him.
If they put him on NXT, I think it would be big business. I think he would get lost in the shuffle as a silly gimmick, big shows really fast. Anyway, it goes. I don't expect to see him leaving Lucha Underground at any point soon because I think that if anyone is smart, I mean, he's more over than Ray in a lot of ways, and I think his merchandise is going to start selling like hotcakes. Like, I think Lucha Underground needs to jump on it. I think they need to start selling shitty Pentagon Dark masks. I think they need to come up with some more shirt designs. I think
chest plates.
Yeah, I think that the guy is money in their pockets. I think he's free money for them. He's so over. I mean, I can't even remember the last time he won, and we all still pop for the guy all the time.
Yeah.
Can I say something kind of bad here? Like, I don't believe that it will be the case, but I think it's going to cause a lot of problems. AAA's been threatening their guys, saying if they leave, that they won't be on Lucha Underground anymore. I just want to throw that out there. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think it's going to cause some problems between the two.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, Lucha Underground was basically renting pre-established gimmicks from AAA. I mean, that was part of the premise of the show, was to bring some of what was happening in AAA into Lucha Underground. Now, given they don't necessarily need it anymore, but it was part of the original premise, and it's part of why I liked Lucha Underground to begin with. Mm-hmm. I liked seeing an American version of those AAA gimmicks.
Well, seeing the amount of shit I got for the roster that I drafted, I don't think a lot of the fans agree with my ideas of what brought me to Lucha Underground, which definitely was the AAA guys. And I know the heels give me shit a lot, saying I only like the AAA guys. That's not entirely true, but it's kind of, it's a big portion. But yeah, my favorite guy is a AAA guy. There you go.
I mean, and that's what it was. Lucha Underground was initially billed kind of as a hyped-up American version of AAA with some Robert Rodriguez touches to it. I mean, that's what made it cool. Like, I was not surprised to see Blue Demon on the first episode. Like, that's what I expected. I was not surprised to see Drago and Aerostar and those guys coming in. I wasn't that, it made sense. And then when even when Jack Evans and Angelico were showing up, it was like, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. Those guys are AAA guys. They're AAA guys. They're not American indie guys. Those are AAA guys. So, you're taking shit from Urban Heretic right now.
Oh.
Urban's saying, oh, sure, blame the fucking heels. Why you gotta blame the heels for everything, Casey?
I don't know, but my Twitter notifications aren't really working good, so I don't even know. Blah, 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 blah.
Anyway.
Here, blame the fucking heels. Well, you guys basically read it to me.
Anyway, I also think that, look, Angelico and Jack are, they're gringos, but, well, and not necessarily Angelico, but at the same time, they are, to me, a AAA tag team.
Yes.
I mean, Green Team is should have those belts down there, and they should be a big part of the main card.
Them taking the belts off of them was some dumb fucking shit. I know they won't say it, but we can say it for them. It was dumb fucking shit.
I agree. And I mean, and thank God these guys do have Lucha Underground, because I just don't understand what's going on down there now. Look, obviously Taya and Mundo have great chemistry, but Taya was great with Pentagon down there.
Yeah.
I mean, and it was fun kind of to watch that and how different it was from the American product, but now it's the exact same thing, and it's just and Mundo doesn't need a fucking push, and I could tell you right now, Mundo probably didn't care about getting that belt or not, and then Lucha, at the World Cup and all that stuff, I just don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it because it's a show that no one down there is getting. They do not have a Mexican television deal. That is what doesn't make sense. Get them one and everything makes sense.
Yeah. And I think they need to fill out their own roster at this point too. I mean, I feel like there were very few just regular AAA things that happened this year at Triplemania. It felt like a lot of it was Lucha Underground, a lot of it was filler matches. There was no storylines going into anything except the title match. I mean, there were some storylines coming out of it, like the Taya turn to Mundo, the heel turn to Mundo or whatever.
Oh, I gotta say, I'm excited about the new stable though, because Chessman, Averno, and Ricky Marvin are teaming together, and those are three of my favorite dudes. So that's a pretty cool stable, and their name means the assholes.
And it's like I said, there's some storylines coming out of it, but there was really not very many storylines going into it. The Apaches, of course, got over as usual, but whatever. They are clearly in the roll down pocket as well. So I don't know. That's all I got to say. I mean, some people asked us to talk about it, so I did watch. Casey is catching up. Byron should still watch it at some point.
I watched bits and pieces of the matches I was going to see, but I didn't watch the wank fest of them putting Joaquin in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Oh.
The same night that Phoenix is leaving the promotion and Pentagon might be too. Whatever. I've said my shit on Twitter on that, dude. I could do a whole podcast on it.
Well, you guys got anything else?
Josh Pillow, I won't shoot too much.
Well, exactly. So I'm going to end it here. But you got anything else, Byron, you want to talk about? I know me and you are going to Paley Fest tonight.
No, I got to take a shower and get dressed for Paley Fest. I can't wear this there.
You can't wear
No, you fucking can't.
I could do mine, but I'm probably still going to put on a button-up shirt and something a little
I'm just going to be slapping my arm and yelling "C" the whole time.
Casey, you got anything to add? You looking forward to the fights tomorrow?
Yeah. Punk loses. Stipe, don't fucking lose, man. Stipe loses, and then fucking Overeem pisses dirty. That's my prediction.
All right. Okay.
So the match doesn't count anyway.
DQ at the title level. That could be weird for implications in UFC.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun when it happens.
I don't know. Reem looked pretty doughy to me. I think Reem might actually be off the juice. But if you look at old pictures of kickboxing Reem when he was 185 pounds, and then you look at him in Strikeforce, it's just what the fuck?
I think Excalibur described him the best when he was on the Art of Wrestling podcast when he said Alistair Overeem is like a being genetically modified to fuck your girlfriend.
Oh God, yeah. The when he turned into the Reem, it was a pretty big difference. I mean, the dude was super swole. He was super swole. All right, well, I don't have anything to add. This has been a tremendous week. Going to Paley Fest tonight. Maybe me and Byron will do an extra podcast early next week and tell you about it. Though we can't give you any spoilers because we get to see the next episode tonight. And I'm going to be looking forward to the fights. This has been an amazing week. So much stuff going on. But until next time, stay calm and stay in the mix.